Birds on the line, the one Trey Rock, the Bird Game 30-1. This show is for you, the Eagles fans. All you Eagles fans out there that have your opinion about the Birds, we're going to give you guys 5 to 10 minutes apiece to jump on here.
We gave Poobie 1 carry! 1 carry! 1! Where was the team? Oh, where was the team?
Nick Sirianni and Jonathan Gannon both did what they needed to do. I mean, you saw a struggling quarterback, you attacked it. You saw a struggling run defense, you attacked it, and you didn't shy away from it.
This team they're not good. I'm kind of getting scared of the Raiders team because I know they're going to do some, same old. I'm hoping they're going to change a little bit more.
Sirianni listened to us and ran the ball. I mean, Jalen didn't have a good, he didn't really have a good productive day, but the running did all that business. Susan Jordan Howard came up from the practice squad.
I can smell another one coming, Trey. I can smell another one coming. Let's go! Let's go, baby!
Let's go.
Welcome to another episode 13 of Birds on the Line. Eagles, 14-3. Didn't Bergane tell you? Didn't Bergane tell you we were going 14-3 this year? I told you. How you feeling, Mike Dre?
Hey, man, listen. I ain't gonna lie. The game gave more of a preseason type feel to it. A lot of vanilla offense, vanilla defense. I mean, we just trying to get out of there with the win. That's all that really mattered. We ain't try to be too flashy, nothing like that. So, I mean, listen, bro. We locked up that number 1 seed. We got a little bit more time for our dude's body to rest up and get ready for this playoff rush. So I can't be more happy.
Yeah, man. It's awesome, man. We are chasing ring number 2. Ring number 2, baby. And I feeling good about it. Eagles Nation, let me know how you guys are feeling about it. This is a call-in show for all of Eagles Nation. So whether you're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you at, tap in, hit that link, and let's talk about it. We are the best Eagles regular season team there is, 14-3. Man, we broke so many records this year. I am so excited about this run that we're on right now, man. How you feeling about it?
I ain't gonna lie, the record I really wanted was that sack record, man. We could not sack this dude. Davis Mills today, man. I don't know what was going on. Maybe it was just fresh legs, but we could not sack. There you go. Cool cat.
But I told you that too before Cat goes. I told you guys.
Yeah.
Whenever you're not a star is when we're not good. If you're a superstar quarterback, you're a super receiver, running back, whatever, that's when we lock you down. But when you're nobody, it seems like they always get us, man. The whole year long, they've always gotten us. So, Cool Cat in the building. How you doing?
Baby, go. I'm a baby, go. Baby, go. Let's go. How you guys doing? The champ is here. The champ is here.
Still ain't no guarantee.
Champ is here. It feels good. Huh?
It hurts.
You damn right. Jalen Freaking! How's everybody doing? The champ is here tomorrow. Birds of Broad Street, Simone, Trigger, BG, Notion Game, myself is gonna be popping. Where's all the haters? the doubters, the
Oh,
critics, the Cowboy fans that sat there with a straight face and said, my quarterback couldn't do it. A 24-year-old piece of gold went out there with a broken wing and did that ish. Was it pretty? No. No, but a win is a win. No matter when you get it, you got a full week to rest up and get that ish done. To the Dallas Cowboys, to the Washington Commanders, and the New York Football Giants, you sit down, you be humble, and be quiet this off season. Come the champ is here. Champ. I'm the champ. Champ. I'm the champ, bitches! Woo! I told y'all, if we was going to be the champ, I was going to be up and litty up in this mug. Well, guess what? I'm the champ! Man! And this week, this week is going to be popping. Monday, 3 o'clock, Cool Cat Mitch the podcast. We're going to celebrate the NFC East Championship, me and Mitch. 7:30, these two, Trick or Treat, BG, Simone, Nosha Gang, Championship celebration. Tuesday, the VIP lounge is coming back. I'm going to have my VIP lounge. It's been a minute. I know, BG. We're going to have the VIP lounge coming back. And we're going to bring all of you guys to my VIP lounge. We're going to celebrate. Yes, Big Simple. You sit there on the couch with your pig loving self and be humble. We're going to have the VIP lounge. Yep.
Wow.
Hey, Big Simp. I feel
exactly. Salute to you, Big Simple.
I feel to be the only team in the NFC East sitting home.
Exactly.
We told y'all at the beginning of the season, though, bro.
Still feel good tonight.
We told y'all at the beginning of the season, Wentz wasn't it, man. We told y'all. Y'all loved him. Y'all rock with him. Y'all died with him.
They didn't want to listen, Trey.
How look good?
You want to listen?
They didn't want to listen, Trey. They didn't want to listen. They didn't want to. Hey, they didn't believe in us. God did. This week is going to be popping. Tuesday at the Pro Shop, I'm getting my NFC East gear because I ain't waiting till no January 20th online. I'm getting it at the link Tuesday because that's when they'll really be on sale. Listen, y'all, this week is going to be a movie. This week going to be popping. We get to sit down, watch the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, Boys for Life! Cole, Miss Junebug, Boss. How are y'all? Are y'all still them boys? Are y'all still them boys losing to the Washington Commanders? And now you have to deal with a guy you never doubt in the playoffs. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., who is 7-0 versus y'all. Woo! And the beauty of it is, if you want, let Patrick Mahomes keep the MVP. You know what my quarterback wants? He wants the MVP in Arizona. My quarterback wants the MVP down in Arizona. You don't see him smiling in his press conference. You want to know why? Because in the words of a famous man, I believe we ain't done yet.
We ain't done.
I believe we ain't done yet.
We ain't done. We ain't done.
We ain't done.
I told you guys, this is that
we ain't done.
Season. That special season. I told you guys before the preseason started. You need to get on board right now. Right now.
We tried to tell you about Jalen freaking Hurts. We tried to tell y'all about Jalen freaking Hurts. But everybody and their mama came to us and said, Jalen Hurts is not the system. Jalen Hurts gonna sell hot dogs, cheeseburgers. I don't think you're gonna get. I think you're gonna get Bryce Young or CJ Stamp, and you're gonna lose this. It'll be the Cowboys division. It's gonna be the Giants division. It's gonna be Washington division because Jalen Hurts is nothing but a running back cannon. Ma'am, I need a million. My quarterback is an NFC East champ. A 21-year-old piece of glass with a broken damn wing. And he sat there watching Gardner Minshew fail the last 2 times, and he looked at Nick Sirianni and said, "Hey, coach, put me in, put me in." We the champs.
We the champs.
We the champs.
I'm gonna
I
tell y'all
gotta
this.
take my boy.
I'm gonna tell y'all
Yeah, go
this.
ahead.
When I've been kind of like watching this Packers game, and if Detroit get in, they gonna be hard to deal with, man.
No one, Trey.
They got a good.
Yeah.
They got a good team, yo.
No one, Trey.
All right,
Don't
go
say
ahead,
that.
now.
Listen, I'm not worried about
No, y'all good. Y'all good.
trying to come down to Brony Lane in Philadelphia and get a W because it ain't happening.
No, I'm not saying for us.
Listen, guys, I would love.
We will continue to be
I'm
the
not
best
saying for
team
us. I'm
throughout
just
the
saying they gonna
playoffs.
give anybody they play, they gonna give a tough outing to, man. They came alive like at the right time. They murdering Aaron Rodgers right now.
But the moral of the story is, if they want if they want the NFC crown and go to Arizona, bring your beautiful butts to Philly in front of us.
Everything
Bring your
come through
beautiful
us, man.
butts to us.
Everything come through us.
Yep, everything comes through.
It's our time. I told you. The Super Bowl was done
Exactly.
before the season started. Y'all didn't want to listen. But the Super Bowl was done before the season started. And after the season started, it got even better. So.
Exactly. And I would love to stay here and celebrate with you guys. But man, I got to get ready for tomorrow because 2 live streams, Tuesday, shirts and hoodies. I got to get ready for tomorrow, guys. I will see you 7:30 tomorrow, Birds of Broad Street with Notion Gain and Simone. I'm the champ, Trey! I'm the champ, Trey!
Hell yeah, Cat Daddy got lit. I like it. I like it, man. So Trey, tell me. Let's do a little break on while we wait. Hey, you guys, click the link. I done reposted it and reposted it. We want every Eagles fan to get up here and say something. You know, give us
Click
your
the link, man.
Understand.
Y'all don't even gotta put your face on camera. We just need to hear your voice.
Get up in here. Let's talk about the Birds. #1 team in the league. Best record. #1 seed. First round bye. Records broken. Jalen freaking Hurts MVP candidate. Let's talk about it.
All right,
I really think too, Trey. What do you think? Even though Jalen didn't have no super spectacular game today, do you think it is Patty's runaway, or do you think they might consider those 2 games now that Jalen was gone? If you look at Jalen's record, he is 13-1. 13-1. He only lost 1 game when he was a starting quarterback this year. 1 game. That's an Alabama type style. 1 game. What do you think about it, Trey?
To be honest, we still got the best record. I mean, and all that, but they're gonna kind of give him the Carson Wentz treatment. You miss games. Patrick Mahomes played the whole season, so I mean, it is what it is. All right, if Jalen ain't missed those 2 games, he would have been a clear runaway MVP. But you know how the NFL work, man. They work in mysterious ways.
You're the guy that makes that vote. Who are you giving it to?
I'm giving it to Hurts. Like I said, you've seen the results of those 2 games when he was out. We looked like trash on offense. I mean, it was a totally that was a game we didn't look like trash, but that Saints game we looked like trash on offense. He bring a whole different dynamic to the football team, man. He's a winner. He gonna win any means necessary. Even today, it was a couple times I was kind of scared when he was out there. I mean, they was getting to him. They weren't really getting him on the ground too hard, but still, I didn't want him to re-aggravate that throwing shoulder. I mean, but still, he went out there, he thugged it out, and we got the win. I don't feel like they should take away his top MVP vote because he missed games. Like, it ain't like he missed a whole bunch, like 5 or nothing like that. He still put up major stats. But I don't feel like they're gonna give it to him, especially because he's going up against Pat Mahomes. They want him to be the clear winner every year, and he deserved it. He earned it. I'm not even gonna lie to
Hey,
you. He
Patty's a
earned it this
beast.
year.
Patty's a beast. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
you're a beast.
He's a beast.
But
But
if
he
they was
also
to get,
lost
if they
games
was
this
to give it
year.
to Pat
He
Mahomes, bro, I
lost
wouldn't be mad. I
multiple
wouldn't.
games this year. And that's where I draw the line. Patty Mahomes lost multiple games this year from Patty Mahomes' arm throwing interceptions at crucial times, losing a football game. Okay? Jalen has only lost one game this year.
Right.
Facts. Do him right, guys.
It's just
Do
gonna be
him
the miss.
right. Give him the justice that he deserves and give him that MVP. I know everybody knows because
Yeah,
like,
only thing that could kill Jalen this year if he missed games, bro. That's the only thing. He would have played the whole season healthy. He would have clearly
you
won the
think because he
MVP this
missed
year.
games that the team totally didn't look the same without gives him an edge? Because MVP's most valuable player is not the best quarterback in the league. It's most valuable player. And you seen we had 3 chances, Trey, 3 chances to lock up this number 1 seed. And we put Gardner Minshew in for 2 of them. And guess what? He shit the bed.
Right.
He shit the bed twice. And we lost twice because Gardner Minshew. Twice.
Right.
Like there was a little bit extra on there, coaching, whatever. But Gardner Minshew was our quarterback, and both of those games. And that's the awesome thing about being an Eagles fan right now is you can't say not one team really beat us. We beat ourselves 3 times this year. 3 times we beat ourselves.
For sure. For sure.
No one beat us. We beat ourselves 3 times.
Even with that, every game we lost, we was in it. We didn't get blew out at all this year. So it's like I feel like we clearly the best team in the NFL, with the best quarterback in the NFL. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is better talent-wise, but the show that Jalen put on this year, it can't be denied, bro. It's like anybody watching, I don't care what fan you are, you've seen that the step that Jalen Hurts took this year, you've never seen that in a quarterback before. Like
never.
Ever. With the passing wise, poise wise, the way he led this team. Bro, all that shit factor into it. It's not just about stats. We had the best record in the NFL, not the NFC, the NFL. Period.
NFL.
Nobody.
And he does it. Like I told him, he's tops in 2 different positions. I know Patty, they're going to say, oh, Jalen can never put up those Patty Mahomes stats. Patty's a passer. He throws that football. That's his skill. Jalen is a different breed. He probably could have did a little bit more tonight, but the coaches even told you they played vanilla tonight. And they did. They were going against backups. Well, we're not Dallas Cowgirls last year trying to put up, 50 burgers on the 3rd string team. We were out there like making sure we stayed safe. We stayed easy, and we won this football game and got out there healthy. And I respect them for that. Hey, shout out to the New York Giants, 2nd team, because they played their ass off tonight. I ain't even front. They played
a hell of a game.
The whole game. You know what I'm saying? How many times we were in the red zone today and did not get that touchdown? I was getting a little irritated about that. I'm like, whoa, what's going on?
They stopped us 3 times, and then Jalen threw a pick 1 time in the red zone. So they stopped us 4 times in the red zone. That's great defense. We could have been routing them for real. They stood tall every time.
I thought we were going to do that.
I feel like it's more.
I thought we were going to do that Dallas game on them for real. I thought we were going to go crazy on them. I all my FanDuel bets, everything was like Eagles about to explode. Jalen's going to stamp his MVP mark with an explosive win today. It didn't happen that way. It didn't. But guess what? It don't even matter because we ain't in here for MVPs. We're not in here for pros. We're not in here for all pros. We are in here for one thing, and that's bringing another Lombardi to Philadelphia. And I promise you guys right now, just like I told you 14-3, I promise you the Eagles will win the Super Bowl. Clip it, mark it, stamp it. Facts. We're getting all our guys back. By the time we over this bye week and we get back to that next game, Maddox's going to be back. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a big piece that's been missing. You know, Jalen's gonna be that much more healthier. CJG's gonna be that much, and you seen him ball out today. CJG's balled out
He was
today.
balling today. He
He's
was
balling today.
everywhere.
You know, and I'm telling you guys, man, I'm getting ready for Arizona. I'm gonna let you know it right now. I am getting ready for Arizona because we're about to go down there and we're about to win the Super Bowl. You know, but it's one game at a time. I understand the way it works, but I'm just saying everybody in the NFC, like everybody wants to say Niners, but I'm like, hey guys, I don't give a damn. Brock Purdy will not beat this defense. He won't. He won't. Oh, we got somebody in
Yeah,
here. Let's go. My
I'm
bad.
not scared of Brock Purdy, bro. You,
Yep.
Drew! Drew in the building.
What's up, Bird Gang? What's up,
How you
Trey?
doing?
What's going on,
good,
man?
bro.
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, man. I'm really excited. You know how I feel about being on camera and stuff like that, but I just couldn't help it, man. I gotta be on here and celebrate with you guys, man.
Right
You know,
on.
Salute.
since day one, man. Oh my God, I'm so excited, man. I can't wait. I'm celebrating. I already called my family up as soon as the game was over. We celebrating long distance right now because I'm in Florida. But I can't wait to get on this run and see what these boys gonna do. And like you said, man, since day one, man, we gotta believe, man. I don't see how you could doubt it. Can't doubt it, man. You
Facts,
Drew,
guys,
facts.
you watched the show. Did Bergay
yeah,
not
all,
say 14-3?
yeah, man. You called it. You called it, man. 17-0 proving otherwise, but
That's my
but hey,
line. 17-0 to prove it up. But
yeah,
14-3, I told you guys. I don't see the
yeah.
three losses, but I know there's gonna be three losses. And I definitely didn't see those two losses back to back like that. I didn't see that at all.
I mean, yeah. Who could have seen that,
I'm
man?
not gonna
Because
lie to y'all. I did not see those two losses being the two losses, but the
you would
indoor
think
record.
Minshew would have picked up one of them, but I didn't see it coming either. To be honest, I thought Minshew was going to be able to. Well, I was thinking the game plan was going to help Minshew out and get that dub for real, for real. I mean, I don't think Minshew could do what Hurts did, and see that was my whole thing about the whole Minshew mania in the first place because the deal is I in my mind I'm like even if Jalen Hurts' floor is to me, Jalen Hurts' floor was Minshew. I was like, he could do what Minshew do. If he gets to that level and he still can run, he's gonna be killing it.
Right.
And he's got even better than Minshew. So I was in it from day one that he could develop, and I didn't think it was that hard, that big of a jump to get to at least Minshew's level. So I didn't get the whole back in Minshew so hard. I'm like, but he's limited. That's Minshew's ceiling. That's Minshew's ceiling. He's been in the league for a while, man. So
It's just trash.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel for the kid, but
Like
he kind of did
everybody
it to
was
himself
like
because he
hyping him
can't.
up last year, Minshew Mania, but I even said that Jets game that everybody loved. I hated that game.
Yeah, I knew that was
That was
Fugazi. I knew that
dust
was
all over the
Fugazi.
fucking
I
field.
knew that was Fugazi. I was like, what are you guys talking about? Just defense is
Yeah.
trash. And he
Like, what are
was
you
like,
talking about? This guy's super
it
trash.
was not like he was fitting in tight windows. He was throwing to wide open people. That's not wasn't a big deal. So I don't understand what everybody jumped on that bandwagon so quick. And then all the talk on the off season was, we're going to get a quarterback. And it was irritating. It was very irritating, but, I stuck, I listened to you guys, people that, keep it, 100 and that people that know a little bit more than just going off their emotions and, what you've done lately stuff, you know what I mean? And
Right.
so, yeah, I'm just happy to be here and you got this dub and we sealed it up and ready for this run and I can't wait to see what these young fellas is going to bring, man, because I believe in this talent. The talent is there for sure. It's just up to these coaches to maximize that. And with this break, hopefully they take a long look in the mirror. I don't want to get all negative. I want to celebrate, man,
But let's
because
go with it. Let's go with it.
yeah, 'cause
Let's go with
I'm
it.
ready, man. I'm so
Let me
ready.
let me let me ask you something though, Drew. Um, we the number one seed in the playoffs, right? So everything does come through Philly. But who do you think our biggest competition gonna be in the playoffs?
It's hard to tell, man, because you get in the playoffs, it's kind of a different story. We already know who the favorites are, as far as Niners and some people believe in the clowns, but I don't. Until they prove it, I can't believe in them. So it's got to be the Niners. I knew Vikings was fugazi since day one. I was like, huh? I mean, they blew up the doors off of Green Bay. I was like, all right, okay, whatever. But then they came in and got dog walked. I'm like, yo, then these guys are not that good, man. And then every game they're in close and they have to pull it out, pull some miracle out, and they got to get, it's always like a bounce here, bounce there, and they win the game. And that's not sustainable for the long run. You know what I mean? So I don't believe in none of them. And the Bucks, I don't know how people. I mean, they keep saying playoff Tom Brady's different, but I think Tom Brady he's prepares himself for every game. I just don't. And when you get into the playoffs, he's able to stay even kill, so he doesn't change. So people get into big games. Sometimes they get nervous and they try to do too much, and that's when they make mistakes. And Tom just don't do that. And so I don't understand this whole playoff Tom Brady. I think they just more prepared because they have the time to do so, and they're focused on that next thing. And he just doesn't waver. But I don't think he plays anything special. He's not doing more than
it's just experience,
man.
Yeah, he's not doing more than he usually does. He's just staying even kill. He doesn't get
Really, Mike.
What's up, Mike? What's up, Mike? What's up, Mike? Yeah, man.
Drew, it's a team, and I hate
it's a team. Yeah,
go to players like Tom Brady this year. Let's give him. He's not the best quarterback in the league this year.
He was playing really bad. Really
bad. One good game last week with Mike Evans, and everybody's like, "Oh no, watch out! Watch out!"
Against the Panthers. It was against the
team as a whole is trash.
It was against the Panthers. The Panthers are not world beaters either. You know what I mean? So I mean,
people don't understand. Like, you can't just turn it on in the playoffs. If you're a bad team, you're gonna be a bad team.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just turn it on. Some teams get hot, but they already was good teams. They might have had a little slump or something. But Tampa Bay not a good team right now.
No, they're not. They're out of sync. They're out of whack, and their play calling is little suspect. I think they have a little issues with internally, and that's the reason why they can't figure shit out. But I'm not afraid of them. But I think they still got enough juice to beat the Clowns. But other than that, I don't think they're going further than that. So I mean, this is a long answer, but I guess 49ers is the only one really. They got that 2 seed, and so they got to take on they're taking on. God dang, my brain just went. Green Bay, right?
For real.
And Green Bay's got scars. They got scars. They got scars coming into that game because Green Bay's got smacked by 49ers before. So we'll see how that goes.
Green Bay in a dogfight right now with Detroit. They're gonna be tired next week.
Yeah. And I mean, and that's another person too, Aaron Rodgers. Everybody was talking about Aaron Rodgers. Oh, you got Aaron Rodgers to deal with. And I'm like, okay, but he just lost. What's the boy's name? I can't think of his name. Devontae Adams, right? And we see what happened when he loses Devontae Adams. We beat him because they lost. Devontae Adams went out. Yeah, we beat him when Devontae Adams was out. So we know what he's like when he doesn't have his weapon. And and it was going to be an adjustment for him. He got these young guys, and then they don't run the ball. I don't know why they don't run the ball, but they just don't. And when they do, they win. So they got an identity problem. They keep trying to go back to let's let Aaron Rodgers throw it out and win games, but that's not how they're going to win games, man. And some people try to uplift Aaron, saying that he's going to be that dude. Like it's the wrong answer. You know what I mean? But that defense is not consistent either. 1 minute they shut down somebody, the next minute they letting everybody score. You know what I mean? So I can't put any faith in them either. And I can't put any faith in they're gonna put it together in the playoffs. Now they're gonna put it together? Nah, I doubt it.
So you saying we the clear favorites in this playoffs in the NFC?
You damn right. We the clear favorites. I don't understand. Like everybody was like doubting this team because a few close games. You can't. Like we've been saying you've been saying and Bird been saying you're not gonna win every game. What I mean? It's not gonna be pretty all the time. The deal is that you are consistent and you find your identity and you stick to it, and you have the talent. So I mean, I think we were the most dangerous team from day one, and it's still that way in the playoffs. And I don't see how anybody can doubt us or doubt this team. I keep saying us. I try to refrain from doing stuff like that, but
Like, you
can't
know what's
doubt
so
this team.
funny,
But you know what I
Drew?
mean?
You know what's so funny, Drew? The funny thing is to me is what were we? We were 13-1,
Mm-hmm.
right? Before we lost those 2 games, we were 13-1, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
How in the hell is all of a sudden we're some shitty team without our key player and our backup quarterback, and we dropped 2 games? Now it is coaching staff, it is Minshew, both of them together.
It's recency bias. It's
But
recency
at the end of
bias.
the day, you can't drop us that far down the pole where you can start talking about the Niners, you can start talking about the Cowgirls, you can start talking about whoever else, man. Like I
So
don't even care about none of these teams for real, for real. They're not.
it's
They're
yeah,
nothing.
it's recency bias because that's what they seen the last time they seen you. That's what they saw, so
That's
that's
the
why they
NFL period, man.
yeah, and you know what? And that's the same thing with 49ers too, though, because when they were on their run, who were they beating? Tampa Bay. What was the other team they beat? I mean, they
They
weren't beating
beat
like
up on trash teams. Like
yeah, they wasn't beating like great teams, uh, Raiders and yeah, and then it went back and forth with the Raiders. Raiders almost beat them. So I'm not really sure how how powerful or how strong that team is
I
really.
don't fear
I
none
mean,
of these teams. I don't fear
I don't
nobody. I don't
fear
fear
none
no
of them.
Brock Purdy coming to the link and getting a W. Like, come on, bro.
Come
That
on.
49ers team, they good. They got a great defense and all that, but their quarterback gonna
Yeah,
be the downfall. He don't got no experience for real at all.
no,
You
no,
start throwing a
no.
little different stuff at him, the game a little different, man. Especially the atmosphere in Philadelphia. It's gonna bother him. He a rookie. Like he
Yeah,
never played in a big game ever yet.
yeah.
So
And how many top five defenses has he faced?
none.
Exactly.
He was beating
I
up
don't
on
fear,
bad defenses. It's
yeah,
like,
I don't fear that dude, man. I don't fear that
I
dude,
fear him.
man.
Hey Drew,
I
let me
I
ask you
don't fear
something.
Brady and them. I don't fear the Cowboys. I don't fear anybody that coming to the link. I don't fear
From
them.
day one, I didn't fear none of these teams because I believe in this talent so much, man. And when I see the people on even last year, I thought our team could have even done better, but we still was rolling
We're
out.
young.
Yeah, we were young, but we were still rolling out positions that were supposed to be there. J Job, he's out there like an extra tight end, not doing anything, and we got Rager trying to roll out there. But I
Right.
still think he had enough talent to win the game. It's just that I think the coaches were still learning, trying to pull stuff out, and then trying things at certain times, and then they get caught up in the hypes and stuff like that, and so they kind of lose their way sometimes. But I definitely did not fear any team when we first came in. I was on the same board with Bird Gang about the 17-0 and whatever because I just don't like doing record predictions and stuff like that and scores and stuff like that because I'm
Right.
very superstitious, man. I'm all emotional with our team, so I try to stay away from that stuff. But Bird Gang keep making me come out here and talk to people because he
Right?
gets so hyped, man. He gets so
Right.
hyped, and I'm with it. I want to do it. So I'm out here in Florida, and I mean there's some Eagles fans out here and stuff like that. But you guys are the ones
I am
that I
Bama.
rock
They
with.
don't even watch pro football for real, for real. They got Alabama. They don't even care
Yeah.
about no pro football up
So
here.
you guys I get to rock with because I don't have my family here, stuff like that. So I mess with you guys and I try
Drew,
to
I got a question
get
for both
my
of you
family
guys.
now.
I got a
Yeah.
nice question for both of you guys. Is this the greatest regular season team you ever seen from the Philadelphia Eagles during the time you watched them?
I don't know. I don't know. The
Hey,
greatest team to me, the greatest
regular
team to
season.
me,
Now you gotta say
regular season team,
2017
the
obviously the
greatest
best
regular
regular season
season
because they
team to
won the
me
Super Bowl.
was that 03 team, that 04 team.
Oh, 14, yeah, yeah.
Bro,
We better than
That
they
them.
had they had everything you needed on that team,
that
man.
deep that defense was
Defense
killer,
was nasty. Like nasty.
nasty, and
Like we got a nasty pass rush, but our whole defense was nasty. You had
yeah,
Duck back there. I think Quentin Michaels was there, wasn't he? Oh, that
yeah,
wasn't Quentin Michaels. I think that was Quentin Michaels. Duck, Quentin Michaels. Yeah, Lito, Sheldon. Yeah,
yep,
Trotter over there. Javon
yep,
Curse, Hugh Douglas. Bro, we just had so much. And Jim Johnson was rolling. He had
The offense
offensive
wasn't that
coordinators up
dynamic,
all
man.
night.
Everybody was scared
The
to come.
offense
They were
wasn't that
scared to
Scared to
play
good.
death,
defense. They
bro.
were scared to play defense. They got in there. They shook from the jump. And I it's kind of hard because I have I'm 40. I'm 42, man. So I'm real nostalgic about that team, and so I might be a little more biased because that was that was the first hype. Like, oh my God, this is it. It was one team, one city, one dream. To get that first chip, and I still believe we should have. It was supposed to, but I guess it didn't. But
That
that
year
was
broke
kind
my
of a
heart,
heartbreak.
man. I'm
It
not even
did.
gonna lie to you, Drew. That
That
year
team was
broke my heart.
awesome, but they're
It was
not the
it was so
team,
tough.
man.
I
They're not
wanted Dawkins
the
to
team.
win the Super Bowl so bad, bro. That was my favorite player, like ever.
Oh
He's
yeah,
still my
yeah,
favorite player ever.
yeah. I
I
got his
want him to
jersey
win a Super
sitting right here. I got his jersey sitting
Bowl.
right here. Yeah,
He put
it's
so
my
much
it's my
passion into the game, bro. It was like you
you
you couldn't
cannot
help
you
couldn't help
cannot
but to
watch
root
Doggett.
for him.
Yeah, yeah, and root for him. Yeah, as soon as you see him on the field, oh my God, it was electric, man. That dude was fire on the field, man. And he couldn't wait to hit somebody, and I couldn't wait to watch him hit somebody.
Right.
Now,
And then,
I love defense, man. I love watching people getting smacked around. I don't know why what's wrong with me,
and
but
that's really when you can hit
And
dudes though.
guys,
You can't even hit
I
nobody no
love
more.
watching smack people,
I'm
man.
not a bubble burster, but this defense did way better than that defense. This
Nah,
offense
bro.
did way better than that off. We broke every record this year. And don't say the extra game because we really broke them last week.
But you
Besides
gotta think
receiver
about
records.
you also gotta think about the quarterback talent in the NFC that year. Bro, we was going up against Brett Favre. Who else was there? Yeah, it was I can't remember everybody. I think McNair was there. Bro, it was like we was going up against all elite quarterbacks that year for real. And we was dominating them. We was dominating these dudes, bro.
Yeah,
It
But
was
I
like,
can remember.
this is like one
I
of
know
the
that's tough, man. I have to.
all four teams could have
I
made it to
told
the playoffs and Washington shit an egg. You know what I'm saying? Like we had one of the best NFC East divisional records ever.
I love this team. It's just like it's hard to do it because we watch so many Eagles football teams like year by year. So it's hard to do it, bro. It's like now if they take it all the way, I could say they better than that 2017 team, to be honest.
Fact.
yeah,
I can say it
yeah.
with confidence because we dominated from start to finish. It was shaky.
Yeah.
There was a
No
lot
one
of
really
shaky
wanted that
moments in
Super
that
Bowl that year.
17
I
season.
didn't even know that year. I didn't even know. Even if Carson was hitting up, even when he was 11-2, I was like, especially when he went down, I was like, whoa, that's a big blow.
Well,
That's a big
I was
blow.
like, I don't remember what week it was, but I was like, when that season, I already booked the flight, the flight back to Philly to watch, because I knew that was the time watching that season. I had a feeling. I don't remember what game it was. I want to say it was even earlier the Giants game. I was like, God dang, when he hit that 61-yard, I was like, that's special, man. That shit don't happen all the time.
Right.
That shit don't happen all the time. I was like,
He
this
was
shit is
putting it
special.
together, man. It was
Yeah, I was like,
crazy.
yeah, it was. I mean, because coming into the game, coming into the season, I didn't see it coming. But once the game started playing, we're like, yo, something's going on in this team. So, but this team, from day one, we was like, yo, this team is special. From day one, with all the acquisitions and stuff like that, even that, I know everybody was all panicked about the the super team crap or whatever, but the characters that we were bringing in and the talent that we were bringing in, it was undeniable, really. I people was nervous because of stuff like that. But last time it was just names. It wasn't really like well-rounded.
And like the person that said that was like,
yeah. It was just dudes like
quarterback.
It was just dudes. They had a name. It's probably on their way out anyway.
Right. Old ass Torrey Smith. It was just dudes.
Yeah.
We got young guys. Everybody's young.
Everybody
young. Everybody's young, except for the secondary right now and
the offensive line not young.
Yeah, but
that's the only really people that's not young. All the skill players young
ever, guys.
But they solid.
The most points ever. Like best defense ever, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Best.
Oh yeah,
best turnovers.
But you still got to factor in the extra game too, though, BG. You know that, right?
But even
You
like
got to factor in the extra game. That one more game, that's more
I'm saying,
stats.
like last
So,
week, those numbers were still number one.
But I'll put it like I'll say this. I have to keep the team separate. That team was great in that area, and I'm gonna keep it there. I really don't really go back and compare those things because it's a different time, different way everybody was playing was a little bit different as well, and the game was just totally different, and so I don't want to go back and compare. This team right here is definitely special in its own right, in its own time, and let's just hold on to that. Because like I said, when I first started this conversation, I'm a little more biased because it's nostalgic to me, because it was like it was something that kind of galvanized the city. Everybody was on the same page. It was like
17 years special, bro.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it was. I think it's just let those eras be the different. I mean, 2017 is probably easier to compare because Wentz still in the game and all that stuff. But the 04 team was that era was different for real.
Like when I was on Go Talk last night after LB and Philly Mike was saying, but I was like, you guys want to wait. I'm not that guy. I don't wait.
You gotta wait. No. You gotta wait though. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why you gotta wait though.
14-3, Trey.
Look.
I was like, no, BG, you got too many wins. I seen the 14-3. I was like, and I couldn't tell you what loss, but I seen it already. I see a Super Bowl. I see another one of these Lombardis coming back to Philly this year, not next year, not any of that. This year. We did what we needed to do. How we put the team together that we need to have to win a Super Bowl. There's not a team in the NFL right now as deep. Yeah, we had injuries, but guess what? All these Bulls are coming back for the playoffs. All of them will be back for the playoffs. We're about to dominate this playoffs. Domination.
I'm telling you. The only reason I said you gotta wait at least to the end of the season is because we could do all this winning in the season and they get bounced the first game in the playoffs. So it's like, bro, we gotta wait and see. Them other teams made it all the way to the dance. They made it all the way to the dance, both of them. We gotta see that happen. Wait and see.
I just don't see that happening either. I don't see it happening at all.
You guys say, okay, you guys don't want to give it the best team all the time. I understand BG thinks it is, but I will say, do you think we have the best receiving core of all time? Both of these cats.
Oh, yeah.
With the record.
That's easy. That's easy.
With the record of yards.
That's easy. Yeah.
Nah, bro, I can't even say that's easy because D-Jack and Macklin was nasty. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
He's got a better D-Jack combination. Come on, D-Jack. Come on,
D-Jack.
I love D-Jacks. He's my number one Eagle receiver. AJ hasn't took that over yet. He's still D-Jack's still my boy, like straight up. And he actually just got released. And I would love the Eagles to go pick him up for the playoffs to return punts. I would love it. I'm throwing it out there.
I don't know.
How you want to do it?
I don't know about that. But yeah, I think it's still better. I think it is better than D-Jack and Macklin. They were nasty. I think the problem with that era was that I don't know why, but Andy Reid had some reason he wanted to run D-Jack over the middle, and he kept on getting smacked and be out. And I'm like, why is he doing that? But and Macklin, he mostly had speed. He wasn't really like a technician. He was fast and he was good. But I mean, he wasn't running routes like Devontae, man. He wasn't running routes.
Hell no.
Macklin was explosive. He was explosive.
Macklin was explosive. Yeah, he was explosive.
But picture trying to guard that offense. You got two explosive dudes on the outside. Then you got Avant in the middle, just catching everything.
Catching everything.
Catching everything. Then you got Zach Ertz. That's when Zach Ertz was like young. He was more elusive and stuff.
Balling. But I still think
God is better than Zach.
AJ
is better than
Devontae
either
Smith.
one of those two. Devontae is better than whatever one you said it was.
Yeah, but I mean to address King, but Jackson kept on getting hurt because, like I said, they kept on running him across the middle. And as soon as he came across, bop, set my man's down. So Andy Reid was like, I don't know why he was doing that. I was like, stop running that dude. He's getting smacked. But I think Smith is so good. God dang, that boy is good. He is
He is
so
good.
good. I
Hey,
mean, he
let
is
me
athletic. He's athletic, and I think I don't know if people are gonna catch on to that or whatever, but he's so athletic. He can jump up, he'll climb the ladder, catch the ball over your head. He'll come there, get the contact, still catch the ball, toe tapping on the sidelines, turn defenders around. That dude is nasty.
the
I
best thing the
mean,
Eagles ever
I
did was get AJ Brown
yeah,
because
and they call AJ Brown 1K open. Devontae always open.
yeah,
That dude always
because
open.
now
He
the
run a
Army
comeback route,
he's tortured him.
They both always open. It's crazy.
always
Always
open.
open. And
Always
Devontae's,
Just
open.
pick your poison.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
those
I
man,
feel
they're
like
compliments.
And I think that's why the team gets so pass happy. You got all these weapons out here. You're like, why not? I mean, I get it, but I don't want to get
I'm
back.
fine with them going pass happy, but it's like when you see it ain't working, you still got 1,000-yard back in the backfield. Like,
Right.
all right, we go 1-2 drives, we pass happy, but still though, like you got to keep it balanced. Cause Miles a home run hitter too. He a game breaker. It's like we got so much. I think they be getting in over themselves in the meeting rooms and stuff. Sometimes, like, damn, what
Yeah,
approach we gonna take this week? Because we want to feed AJ and Devontae because they could bust it any time too. But Miles is 1,000-yard back. It's hard. I ain't even
But
gonna
what I
lie to
want
you.
to
It'd
say
be
to
hard in the film room.
what I want to say to Eagles fans is straight up. Listen, guys, I don't think that they're like not giving the ball to Miles for like just because they want to be pass happy. I feel like his knee was a little bit more of a concern than what people say it is. When you're in a brace, period. I've had 2 knee surgeries. When you're in a brace, period, you trying to conserve that. This is why when he went in today, you seen him go in there a little bit, and they took him out there. It was the Boston Scott, Kenny Gainwell with shows for the rest of the game. But Jalen stayed in. It was because they were saving him for the playoffs, man. They're trying to let him heal up, man. They're trying to let him heal up.
I don't think I
Fresh
don't think that's
man.
quite the what's up Philly Fresh yo that but I,
Hit that link.
you can say that, but the deal is they still got Boston Scott and Kenny Gainwell. They didn't give them the rock. They could have ran with.
They ran
Small.
a the game. What are you talking about? Boston Scott had a nice little game here.
We talking about this season overall.
I'm talking about
No, I'm
overall
not talking about
in
the
general.
season. Hey, the season. If you want to talk about season, he got 1,300 yards or 1,200
I'm talking about in general. Like these past, ever since the
this
Chicago
game. It was
game,
more conservative
Chicago game.
after too.
They ran. How many times they run in the first half in that Chicago game? I think it was only like 2 times then.
2 times he touched the ball.
Yeah, and ever
Jalen
since
Hurts
then,
had 17 carries in that game.
That
Yeah,
was the
damn near
first
10
game
by
he was
halftime.
hurt too.
yeah. So
But
I
you
think
we just saying you still got other backs though that can get the job done.
Okay,
Right.
so saying that, Trey, that's perfect. Saying that, Trey, Miles Sanders, is it a must resign or not?
I feel like Miles and Jalen Hurts go hand in hand, bro, in that run game. You can't really have one without the other because they know, just like we know, Miles Sanders is explosive. So they got to play them both. If you can't play them both, it's like almost impossible. So it's like, especially you can't play them both, and then you giving up play action passes, the AJ Brown and all. Because it all go hands in hand. If Kenny Gainwell back there, they're not playing it like they playing it with Miles Sanders.
Right.
I promise you they're not. I promise you they're not. So I feel like we should kind of prioritize re-signing this dude, not for no crazy price, but if we can meet in the middle and it's not going to damage us too much in the salary cap, I'm definitely re-signing him.
I said $10 million a year. Give him $10 million for 2 years or 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, but that's up to Miles. I think you mentioned it before, BG, that this is his one chance probably to get a big payday. This is it.
But yeah, look at the obvious stuff, facts, and I love it because people do go for paydays, and I'm not saying Miles is or is not going to go for a payday, but I will tell Miles this: you got to look at a couple things here. You have the best offensive line in the league, period. You got the best dual threat quarterback in the league. You're not getting more yards without. You're not getting more yards without. I promise you. You can go wherever you want. Who needs a running back right now? You name a team. That team is not this team. You're not going to put up the same amount of yards. I don't give if you get more carries because if you don't have the number one offensive, we've had the number one offensive line his whole career.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
over here. That's why he averages over 5 yards a carry. It's because we had
it's up to him. What is his priorities? What is his priorities? We don't know that. You know, what I mean,
Yeah,
we
we
can.
don't. But I'm saying,
Yeah.
like, he came out at the beginning of the season and he told everybody he knows he needs to get better. He knows he needs to stay healthy. He understands that.
But
Why
he also said he need more opportunities.
He also said he need the ball more too.
Yeah.
and he scored more and he got 300 yards. So
Yeah, but yeah, this time, yeah.
quarterback full time. 2, and we got those weapons on the outside. You do, and that's another thing. Not only the offensive line, Jalen Hurts, you gotta look at the weapons on the outside. Goddard, AJ, Smitty. You're not gonna go to another team with 3 like that. That need a running back. Period. That's what helped. All these things are what helped Miles Sanders. And I'm telling everybody right now, I think he's gonna understand that when he goes to contract time. I'm not saying
you're not wrong.
Discount, but like the franchise tag.
But you got also think about it like this though too, BJ. Think about this like this though. The last 3 years, Miles Sanders could have cracked 1,000 yards. So all this we saying right now, the dude's still a dynamic back in his league, and he's gonna get paid wherever he go. So that's what his agent gonna bring to the table. He's gonna bring to the table everything he did this year, everything he did in the past years, and they're gonna put a price up there. Like I said, he don't really got no ties to Philly all like that. He trying to get some money. Running backs don't get paid that much in the NFL.
I think they said
so. If somebody throwing an offer on the table, 12, 14 million, and the Eagles offering them 8, he gonna dip. I'm dipping too. What y'all talking about? I'm not about to try to pay me. Nope.
Franchise tag him. I think they said.
But that's still just a year. You gonna have to pay him after that though.
$11 million. Franchise tag him. Draft the running back.
But that's just a year though. You gonna franchise tag him and still got to pay him the year after that.
I think we need more than one good running back.
Then you got to worry about Devontae Smith and all them contracts coming up. That's gonna be even harder.
2 years. You don't. You go look at every year. You said every year the NFL goes next year, starting next year, $25 million salary cap will go up for TV money. $25 million a year every year pass or more. So I'm not worried about money left. They're trying to make it like basketball where you can actually, if you really want to, keep your team together. And plus, we got the best GM in football. He knows how to move those numbers around and make it look all fancy and beautiful.
So tell me, you Howie Roseman at the table right now, right? Everything I just said to you, they bring up in that meeting. Everything I just said to you, they bring up in that meeting. What you saying as a GM? What are you saying to this man to keep him there? We're gonna give you more carries. Y'all tried it. It ain't really it worked.
It ain't about the carries. It ain't about the carries. Jamal ain't never been that guy that got that many carries, but he's always been explosive. He's always had 5-point-something yards per carry. Always.
That was his gripe, though. That's one of his gripes that he didn't get enough opportunity.
He knows that he don't even have 1,300 yards this year if you don't got a quarterback like Jalen Hurts.
But that's not true, though.
It is true.
Yeah,
you never did it before?
That's not true.
That's true.
He was averaging 5 yards before her.
He was for his career, he averaged 5.5 yards a carry for his career.
Like Trey said, yeah, for his career.
Before Jalen Hurts was even there, bro. Before he was even there.
It's true.
That year, his rookie year, he was splitting carries with Jared Howard and still almost cracked 1,000 yards. So, bro, you can't say it's because of Hurts.
Yeah, because he wasn't getting opportunities. That was his whole thing.
He wasn't getting the touches.
You even said it, Trey. You said he knows that Jalen Hurts is special. He knows that pairing right there.
You're not wrong. The two things can be right, though.
BB, man.
Bro, that means nothing. That means nothing when these dudes trying to play with your money, bro. All that means nothing when these. I could go sit on this. I could go sit on the bum ass team and get paid $1,500 million a year.
But no Super Bowl.
I go sit on the $15 million a year. I could go sit on
no
the
Super
bum
Bowl
ass
rings,
team.
though.
Whoa. This offseason,
It ain't no guarantee you gonna win 1 year though.
You don't know that.
You
don't know
It
that.
ain't no guarantee. That's what I just said.
That's what we're talking
guarantee.
about. Yeah. After this year, we don't know if he do or don't. But after this year, if he gets to the ring, then what? You gonna argue with him about getting paid?
No, if he get paid, he get paid. But at the same time, it's not going to happen like it's going to happen here for him. Because
I'm saying we talking about hypotheticals.
You know how many teams? You know how many teams are Super Bowl
rings out of argument.
Any of them could use Miles Sanders. Any of them.
They can.
So that's not even the case either.
Yeah,
You
but
see what happened to San Fran when Christian McCaffrey went over there? It was a whole game changer. Miles can do that for a football team.
But that's only because Christian McCaffrey is that dude, basically yards after catch. You know, he's a dynamic player. This is not Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders is behind one of the best, if not the best, offensive line in the league. So with that being said,
San Francisco, their offensive line is trash.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that
they got runners.
They're not going to be the ones that get Miles Sanders.
Oh
Miles
yeah,
Sanders,
you're right.
For the bag, he's going to go to Atlanta. He's going to go to somebody like that, and that's not going to happen for him anywhere else. This is his best opportunity to be great. You know, just be here. You know, right now he's dealing with a knee injury. You know, they're looking at all that. They're looking at the dynamic of Jalen Hurts. You know, the RPO runs, things like that. That's what they're basing everything on. So at the end of the day, Miles Sanders, yes, he could get a bag somewhere, but he's going to be successful? He's going to be another Todd Gurley, and he's just going to fall off the face of the earth. That's what's going to happen.
And not
only if he win the Super Bowl this year, what's keeping him here?
But not only that,
what's keeping him here after this
year? What's keeping him here? There's like 5 other better running backs who will be free agents next year that teams will go for. 5.
Success comes in different forms, though.
There's Jacobs.
You already won a
lot of better running backs. They're going to be free agents next year. That's going to automatically put Miles' price down. He's not going to be able to go be, I want a number 1 running back price. Facts. Because Jacobs will get more money than Miles. Chubbs will get more money than Miles. There's a couple other running backs that will get more money than Miles Sanders.
Right.
So also with that, they also
but you said you're talking like that's a good thing. That's a bad thing.
That's a good thing for us.
That's a bad thing.
Because that means how
understanding that. Because if Jacobs go get a bag, and all these other dudes you go get a bag, you don't think Miles Sanders ain't gonna think he's supposed to get paid too?
Gonna set the market.
What's the top running back getting like $12 million a year?
It's just like quarterbacks. It's just like any other position in the NFL. $10 million
to stay with the team.
No, Miles Sanders got to have a show me deal. He has to have a show me deal. Regardless,
a show me deal. He just showed you.
No.
This year.
This year. But these running backs that we're talking about, comparing him to in contract talk, they've been consistent. They've been very consistent. He hasn't been consistent.
So he ain't been consistent.
Listen, hear me out.
Averaging 5 yards per carry.
No, I already know that. I already know what you're talking about. But with the injuries, he hasn't played a full season like he did this year.
Josh Jacobs ain't never played a full season. Dalvin Cook, Christian McCaffrey, all these dudes that got paid never played a full season.
But is Miles Sanders dynamic like those guys?
Yes. Miles Sanders. Why y'all think Miles Sanders not dynamic?
We don't use Miles Sanders like everybody else.
We don't use him enough.
Wait. It's not making, bro. It's not making sense because you're saying that Miles Sanders proved it this year, but then we don't use him enough. That don't even make sense.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to do.
You watch the same games I watch.
Right. You watch the same games I watch.
Right.
You watch the Bears game. You watch the Cowboys game. You watch at least 5-6 games where Miles Sanders only carried the ball less than 4 times in the first half. How is that even possible? How?
I went to the Saints game when he had 2 carries in the half. So I already know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
What I'm saying is
still cracked
my question wasn't that. My question was, how can you say basically that he proved it this year, but he doesn't touch the ball that much? He does touch the ball often. All the game plan is not going to be surrounded by the running the damn ball. It's going to be basically,
it's no way
taken off the top because the secondary of opposing teams is trash. Now you can question Shane Steichen, basically the last game, for instance, not the game that just was on today, but against the Saints. Saints had top 5 secondary, but they run defense was ass to the point where why are you not using Miles Sanders?
25.
Right. Why are you not using Miles Sanders?
But
that's not on Miles Sanders.
Games. We've done
Yeah,
that in
we
multiple
did.
games.
We did, and I
Yeah.
talked about it on my
But
channel.
it's only
As
because we got Smitty and AJ.
So
That's
to
why
the
it got her.
to the
You're going to
point
have
though.
passing games. You're going to have rushing games. That's what makes this team so dangerous. You never know what you're going to get, but either way, we can kill you.
But
We can
Dalvin Cook
run
has
all over you.
Jefferson. He
We
got
can
all
pass
these
all over you.
people.
Whatever you want us to do, we'll do.
Adam Thielen. Dalvin Cook has Adam Thielen, Jefferson. You got what's the other boys you do
Minnesota
right
ain't us.
up? Jacobson,
Hey, Drew, Minnesota
Devontae
ain't
Adams. Huh?
Minnesota ain't us. Come on now. Come on now. Let's get real.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said Minnesota ain't us.
I know, but I'm saying you saying Miles Sanders is not dynamic as those players, but we don't use them like they use them. We don't use
them right.
Miles Sanders like we use them. Like the other teams use them.
Imagine Miles
That's what I'm
Sanders
saying.
in San Francisco.
But who got more yards,
Imagine
Dalvin
Miles
Cook or Miles
Sanders
Sanders?
in San Francisco.
If Dalvin Cook was even close to Miles Sanders, you can say that, but he's not in terms of yards this year. He's not close to
Dalvin
But
Cook.
you say he's not dynamic. You just said
not this year.
You said
Not
Dalvin Cook
this
is
year.
more
back
dynamic.
since he came into the NFL.
But not this year.
Yes,
We can't
even
keep
this
talking about
year.
that. We got to talk about
Yes,
this
he has
year.
been.
How many yards Dalvin Cook got?
He's been a future back since he came into the
How
NFL.
many yards Dalvin Cook got?
That's right.
I'm saying we gave Miles the ball this year. We cannot. That argument's dead. We gave him the ball.
Nobody said we didn't give
do
him the
it at a high
ball.
level.
I feel like it was time. If you're a running back, you need to get in the groove. You touching the ball 2.5 times, never gonna get in the groove, bro. Never. You can still sprinkle. You could be pass happy and still sprinkle the running.
But
That's
what
not even
game
sprinkling
did
the
it
running.
cost us the game not running? Maybe like one game this whole year. We only lost 3 games, guys, and we beat ourselves all 3 games.
That's not the point.
Never
BG.
another team that
The
beat
point
us.
was
point,
if you're gonna bring Miles in or not. You guys saying he's not dynamic, and we're saying he is
I never
dynamic.
said Miles not dynamic. I want
You
to.
said
I told him
you
last
got
night.
Cook
I said it.
You said,
last night that we're resigning Miles Sanders. That's my number one priority. My number one priority is signing Miles Sanders. I don't care about no cornerback, no safety, no none of that. Because we got players on defense in the wing waiting to play. We don't got another running back like Miles Sanders on this roster. So he is number one to resign. That's what I said last night.
So he's number one to resign. So
him, CJG, and then a Hargrave with my 3. Those are my 3 guys I'm resigning for next year. What about you guys?
I ain't gonna say number one, but he should be a priority though. I ain't gonna say number one because there's other dudes we should sign before him. But
all the
we can't neglect the fact. We can't neglect the fact that Miles Sanders make this offense 50 to 60 times better, bro. Just because he can break that long run, that home run. So
yeah, he's explosive.
I think it go hand in hand with him and Jalen Hurts.
But about what you said earlier,
I can see that.
The Jalen Hurts Miles Sanders connection, that can't be broken. Period. That cannot be broken. You got to write that out until one of those guys can't run no more. For real, you got to write that Jalen Hurts.
You know how it can be broken?
Impossible. You got to.
I feel like you could find a committee. I feel like you can find a committee of backs to kind of give you what Miles give you.
But you can't.
But why not
have it that about Howard? Howard was it?
Why not have it in one
last
player?
year
Like,
when Miles was out and Howard. Oh, look at Howard having these great games. Soon as Miles came back, he proved why he was better than Howard, Gainwell, and Boston Scott. He had more yards per carry, and he tore it up when he came back. Like, no, there's
less touches.
But that's what Miles Sanders is. He's a less touches.
I don't know, bro.
There's some backs that you need to give him 25 carry. Look at Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry needs like what? He gets like 20, 30 carries a game. You know? But that's why he's Henry.
They have to do it. They have to do it.
Miles Sanders not that dude.
But we don't got it. We don't.
He's a different type of running back.
If you keep him in that 18 to 20 range, that's cool.
Drew, what you think?
I love Miles, man, and I would love him back on his team. If it was up to me, I would have Miles on his team. My only argument was, we don't know Miles's priority, and what he chose is, you could tell him that, hey, you should choose prestige over money, and all you want to, but at the end of the day, he's got to, live with himself and his family and whatever, and think about the decisions he makes. But I think the market, with the free agents and stuff like that, it's going to be a little bit of an issue because when you get this running back signing, they're going to set the market, and he's going to be looking at them like, I could do that, and I can I should be worth this, and the Eagles come in and try to lowball, he might take offense to that.
Bro, their best bet is to sign this dude as soon as the season over. Try to get
he
this
should
dude
be the
locked up.
first.
Because once he starts seeing those running backs getting paid, it's gonna make the price tag go way up. The price tag gonna go up. I don't care how much you think you love Philly.
Trey.
That dude trying to get paid.
Think about this, Trey. It's going down. You know why? You know why it's going down? Because the running back as a whole is one of positions that they don't value. So right now you look at your top running back, what, $14 million a year? That's not going to go that much higher. Even on this next.
The top running back is Zeke. He getting paid 18.
That's crazy.
Ain't nobody giving nobody.
But see, I think
you see what happened with Zeke at 18
though. He's gonna be a cautionary tale. They're gonna be like, we ain't doing the Zeke.
Yeah, everybody doing that no more. That was Dallas because Dallas.
You might be right.
Try to be extra.
But then you still got to think about Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb gonna get paid something heavy.
Like 15.
Derrick Henry. They all gonna get paid something heavy.
Yeah, you don't know that because we didn't see the wide receiver market jumping up so high like that.
Right.
It jumped up crazy high, and we lucked out getting AJ Brown quick. Because that price tag went real high. So we don't know.
Yeah, realize too, with Howie Roseman and the way this salary cap's gonna be bumping up every single year from here on out, he can do it. He can backload some stuff and restructure next.
So yeah, he's a wizard with that, and he's he has proven that kicking the can down the road can pay off, but it also could be bad too. I don't remember the last time
how we prioritize for real.
This wide open.
We got a lot of dudes we got signed this offseason. It's all with how we prioritize.
But okay, Trey, tell me your top three then. Everybody, go around. Tell me your top three. Give me your top three free agents we need to re-sign.
To be honest, I'm bringing TJ Edwards back because he really like the staple of our defense for real. He hold it down in the middle. Gardner Johnson, I want Gardner Johnson to come back, and we kind of could find a replacement for Bradbury.
What?
He played great this year, but they're gonna have to learn how to develop cornerbacks, bro. We can't just keep going out paying all these people all this money. We're gonna have to learn how to develop cornerbacks, and I'm bringing Miles back.
So with the team's been known to value the defensive line, man, and we have Hargrave, coming up, and I was surprised that Howie didn't restructure that deal.
That's what I was thinking too. I thought he was gonna bring it.
I thought he was gonna do that like beginning of the season, save a little money, restructure that deal. But we got Hargrave, and Cox is gonna be out, so I think that's gonna be a draft. But I think CJ Gardner's got to be there because can't find safeties just laying around anywhere, and TJ Edwards because we don't really do linebackers like that. So this has been an odd year. You still got I think Kaiser probably gonna be gone. I think Kaiser's gonna be gone.
Yeah, that's right. You got Dean.
But I don't think you're gonna replace TJ Edwards with Dean. I think probably Kaiser is probably gonna be the one out.
Yeah, Kaiser probably out.
Yeah. And
we already got Reddick locked up. We don't gotta worry about him.
Got to worry about Reddick.
You brought Jordan Davis, and he just gonna have to work a little harder in the offseason. Knock some of that weight off, and get a little bit better in his pass rush. But that's what you drafting for. Now you gotta make it work. He's got a lot of dudes expendable. Like Hargraves, he a great player, but he kind of expendable right now. Right.
Because Marlon's coming back healthy last year, and Marlon made
you gonna lose Hargrave and Clark?
Yeah, I think we can.
Yeah, that was really the goal. Like Cox wasn't coming back regardless. To be honest,
Hargrave, Cox, Sue, and Joseph.
But you're not gonna pay Sue and Joseph a lot of money. You could bring them dudes back if you want to. If you want to, you could bring them back little luxury signings and stuff. But your core is gonna be Jordan Davis. And if you could get Hargraves locked back up, that's a good thing too. But I mean, Fletch was gone. We knew Fletch. Once they gave him that 1 year deal, we knew he was gone after this year. We knew he was going after this year. So, I mean, that's something you got to live with. We don't even know if BG coming back after this year. So, I mean, our pass rush going to look different next year. No matter how you cut it.
BJ said he wants to come back.
I know he wants to come back, but at what price, though? At what price you willing to come back?
I think BG made his money. He's just going to come. If he can actually play, he's going to come back and play for whatever they give him.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gotta remember we still got a top pick from the Saints this year. We got 2 first-round picks. Yeah. I feel like they're gonna be pass rushers for real, because our offense set for real. Our offense set. We already drafted that.
Texas, man. You go grab them. You re-sign Miles, or you go get that.
No, because you're gonna have to get. You're gonna have to
get more and more talent, like in starting conditions. Like
Bijan going top 5, bro. I'm not spending no top 5 pick on the running back.
You think he'll go for top 5?
For all that, you should have just re-signed Miles for all that.
Top 5.
I'm not spending no top 5 pick, and it could be a hit or miss on a running back, bro.
I think
you need pass rushers. You can't never get enough pass rushers. You can't never get enough pass rushers. So we keep loading up on that pass rush, and everything else come after that.
DB, what's your 3?
You know you got Will Anderson out there from Alabama. He a great pass rusher. Like, you just load up on these pass rushers. You can never get enough pass rushers.
So I got CJ, of course, because I like what they did with him today. Put him in the slot. What he was doing with the Saints, but he also could play that safety position. So you got that. Bradbury has to be one up there, only because you could probably get him for the low because he's up in age, but it depends on the cornerback market. Just like Rock said, I don't think that the Eagles is great developing cornerbacks. They're really not. Look at Josiah Scott. He had a great play last week, but besides that, he was getting picked on and he wasn't showing up. Look at who else?
Zach McPherson.
Yeah, Zach McPherson.
McPherson that can't even get on the field.
Kayvon Wallace. Like, all those guys is not developed properly, whereas though that we have to go out and get reinforcements. So I would sign Bradbury. Also TJ Edwards. TJ Edwards, like y'all said, staple in the defense. And I just think that certain plays that Jonathan Gannon used him incorrectly. He does. But overall, he's always where the ball is. And he's making the right plays, when you need him to. So I will resign him in a heartbeat. All 3 of those is defense. I'm not really worried about the offense until we know what's going on in the playoffs. As far as Miles, I think Miles would probably be my 5th option of signing, because you got to look at the injuries. You got to look at the way this coaching staff is going to use them. You got to look at everything, because we all know what Miles could do. I love Miles Sanders. I love Booby. But at the end of the day, if they want to go in another direction, if Miles Sanders and Shane Steichen is not seeing eye to eye, or they running back coach, then he's going to go elsewhere for some money, or he's going to go elsewhere to try to get that ring. Because in the beginning of the season, all he wanted to do was win. All he wanted to do was win. He did say he would love to finish his career in Philly, but it's a business at the end of the day. So if the coaches are still intact, Miles Sanders might have a hard decision to make. That's just the reality of it.
No, I agree with you. But is it really a hard decision though? You get me? It's like, all right, look, I didn't put my body on the line for y'all for 4 years, right? Yeah, everything I got. Y'all don't look at me as a priority. I don't look at re-signing here as a priority either. I don't care what's going on with the season. Miles Sanders was a 2nd round pick. He not getting paid no heavy bread right now. That dude trying to get paid. Now you come to this dude with $6 million, $8 million a year. He see all these dudes getting 13, 14 million. bro, I don't care how much he want to stay here. His agent is not going to allow that. Like, bro, I just gave y'all there 1,400 yards, over 10 touchdowns. I averaged 5.5 yards a carry my career.
All right.
Y'all would have fed me more. I would have been over 1,000 yards my first 2 years in the NFL. So it's like, bro, he got a lot. The ball is in Miles Sanders' hand. It's not in Philadelphia hands. So, I mean, hopefully he got all the right people in his ear. But if he don't, Miles not going to be here next year. In all reality, he's not going to be here next year. And we're going to be looking for another back. Because, mind you, our last 1,000-yard back was Shady McCoy, and that was 2014.
Right.
Everything else been committee. Our best backfield we had since then was LeGarrette Blount, Jay Ajayi, and Corey Clemens. All them dudes was old. They was on their last horses. So it's not easy to find good running backs in the NFL. Like running backs with Miles Sanders' skill set. It's not easy at all. So, I mean, we're going to have some tough decisions this offseason. We really going to have some tough decisions. And hopefully he's back because I really like him as a running back in this league.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, guys, going into the playoffs, first round, we don't know what team we're playing yet, obviously. But what do you think the Eagles need to do for sure? Like, give me your number one concern that the Eagles need to really shape up with going into these playoffs.
Play call.
Mm-hmm.
The lack of adjustments, the lack of awareness of what's going on in the game has been kind of troublesome. And, you know, I know we've been losing talent here and there, and, you know, pieces are gone, but that's when you got to get in your bag and get on your adjustments. And you gotta get your mind right and pay attention what's going on. For some reason, it just doesn't seem to be happening quick enough, or, you know, they think they can just blow past it because they've too much talent. I don't know what it is, but the adjustments is really, you know, biggest thing for me.
Oh man, yeah, I gotta agree. The play calling is like has been atrocious, especially the last couple weeks. Like I said before, I don't know how don't you run the ball when Gardner Minshew is not, you know, at his best, you know, or playing like he did in versus the Cowboys. You know, you run the ball, you open up the playbook then, you know, we could start moving down the field. They did some of that in the second half of that game, but overall, I just think that it's either no adjustments or they're just too late to the point where now the game is too close or is getting out of hand to the point where now we got to come back and they need some heroics from either Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, or whoever, you know. But the play calling is really what's been bothersome the whole year. It's been the whole year. And we've been talking about running the ball. We've been talking about being balanced. Also, on the defensive side, Jonathan Gannon, he plays too far back at times. We all talk about that. He stayed in that cover. We have to be more aggressive in the playoffs because it's one and done now. You know, these games are meaningful. And yes, we do got that week off, but whoever we play, we got to tell the game plan for them, and we got to execute it. You know, and these coaches need to make sure that we execute it. And that's Nick Sirianni, Shane Steichen, and Jonathan Gannon. All three of them needs to be held accountable. You know,
Right.
But you know, not Jonathan Gannon. Nick Sirianni took blame for the Saints game, but we all know who fault that was. It was Shane Steichen's fault for, you know, giving Gardner Minshew, Jalen Hurts, you know, plays. You know, that's not his game. It's not. So we just got to help each other at the end of the day. And then I pray to God that Lane Johnson is back. I pray that he's back, because if not, because Jack Driscoll is horrendous. Horrendous, man.
Feasted on. Oh my God, bro.
Yeah.
He be getting feasted on. They know where the weakness at. It was like crazy. You seen it today. We was playing against second strings, and it was like it was all on Jalen Hurts' ass today. I'm like, oh my God, bro, this is gonna be horrible.
But it's easy. It's easy.
It's easy. Lane not back.
But it's easy to do that if he's not being himself, because their whole game plan was just making sure that he didn't get injured, didn't get re-injured. You see, he slid more. He threw the ball
No,
away.
for
He
sure,
ran out
bro.
of bounds. Things
It
like
gave like
that.
a preseason type feel.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the game
yeah.
gave like a preseason type feel. Quick passes, get the ball out of his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I respect it though. We just needed to win. We ain't had to do nothing special.
No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
But my
yeah.
biggest concern for real, my biggest concern is I agree with y'all coaching staff wise, but my biggest concern is our play calling and like defense, it don't be going hand in hand. Like they just like the Saints game. Take the Saints game in thinking.
Yeah. I think I know
We
what you're about
went
to say.
we went they put a 9-minute drive up on us, right? And we come out and we throw the football 3 times straight, go 3-0. Where does that make sense at? As
That's
a
what I was
defense,
talking
you're
about. Yeah.
supposed to protect your offense. As an offense, you're supposed to protect your defense. Like, come
Mhm.
on, bro. That don't even make sense. Like, it don't make football sense. At
Yeah,
least try to
that's
get
it.
a first down. Sit your defense down for a while. We did that 3 straight times.
Mhm.
3 straight
Yeah.
times. After the defense came out the field, we went 3 and out. We passed the football 3 straight times. I don't care
Yeah.
if Gardner Minshew back there, Jalen Hurts back there, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, anybody. Bro, run the ball. Especially in the playoffs. It's going to be cold in Philly. It's going to be cold. Once we get to that playoff game, it's going to be freezing down here. So that's going to be our – and we claim we got the best offensive line, the best run offensive line in the NFL. Why not use them? Them dudes love firing off the ball, beating up on people. Why not use that as a weapon? I don't get
Especially
it.
you got Driscoll in there.
Yeah. All right, it's playoff time.
Especially you got
Stats
Driscoll.
don't matter. I know you wanted to get Smitty to 1K or you want to feed AJ Brown, but no, y'all dudes gonna have to play the background. This run game about to dominate this whole playoff run. And
Yeah.
we ain't getting
And
cute with it. We running right down your throat every time. That would be my mindset. I don't know what they trying to get cute in the
I
meetings
think
and stuff like that, but we can run on any team in the NFL. Any team in the NFL we can run on.
that's the self-awareness thing. You're not aware of what's going on in the game. Your defense just got dog walked all the way to the end zone. They tired, and you don't want to chew up clock. You don't want to get that time back. You just want to start tossing it. And then like you mentioned, the whole game plan from the jump was terrible. You already know what the weakness is. Why are you not trying to exploit those weaknesses? And what happened to 12-man personnel? Especially when you got Driscoll over there, all hurt and stuff like that. Where's the 12-man personnel? Put an extra person in there, and
Give
then
them
that
some
way you got
help.
them. That way you got them thinking like, are they going to pass? Are they going to run? You don't know because it ain't 12-man personnel. I don't understand. Like it's simple, but for some reason they overthink it. They get too excited about the all the new toys they have, and they want to show off. And I'm like, just do you got to have an identity at some point. I mean, I know our identity is Jalen Hurts right now, but he wasn't in the game. So you got to do something else, man. And you got to exploit this team and get him out of there. We didn't have to play this game. But I
That
mean,
game
that's just
plan don't make no sense, bro.
make no sense. You already know they had a number 2 pass defense coming in. You saw him on tape. You was like, no, we're gonna roll out there and Minshew's gonna win us this game. Yeah. But why? Why are we doing that?
But y'all seen once we start running the ball in the second half, we start moving it.
Right.
And then we went
Easy.
then we went away from it again. We wasn't
Yeah.
down. We were never down by a lot of points. We
Yeah,
was
and then
never down.
you have him running RPO when you not running the ball. Who you fooling? Who you fooling?
It don't make no sense,
You're
man.
not fooling nobody. Get out of
It
here,
don't make
man.
no sense. And
Yeah,
like even today, I know everything was mellow, but it's like there's no way these dudes stopping us this much, bro. And we had our
no.
starting offense on the field the whole game. There's no way. We should have easily put up 30 points on that defense. But it's just like, and that's more like Jalen Hurts being out 2 weeks, everybody not on the same page. They gotta get back to practicing every day and stuff like that. I mean, but still though, you can't call that type of game plan when you know this dude rusty right now.
Yeah.
You should have really took the ball out his hands for him, only made him throw the football when he had to.
Yeah, he threw a
No
lot.
way he out there trying to sling the football
He
around the
threw a
field that
lot. I
much.
was like, what? I was like,
I
he got
think
a
they're
hurt
just
shoulder.
preventing them from running tonight.
Why
I
you
think
throwing
that's
so
what
much?
their goal was.
Just run straight. Just run. Do running plays. Why you? Just run the ball?
I don't know. I think this coaching staff gonna be our downfall though in the playoffs, bro.
Exactly. That's where
They
I'm at.
so
Right now.
stubborn.
I think that's our only weakness is play calling. I don't think that we're weak anywhere else. You know,
I feel
even with
like soon as Frank Wright got fired, they should have brought him in. I feel like he could have really mellowed that whole all that out. Cause I mean, all our coaches is young for real. They all stuck in their ways.
I think we're in a good situation. These young cats have produced the best Eagles team we've seen in the regular season.
No.
Period.
I think
Record-wise, we never been 14-3. We never had 2 receivers with both breaking records in Eagles. We never had 4 defensive players that had.
It was impossible to go 14-3
none of this
though.
stuff without these guys. So there's some kind of respect you got to give these guys. Like,
BG.
I give respect.
They're not even their peak of their coaching. We're not talking about a Belichick. We're not talking about what's that dude, Shane, whatever. You know, we're talking about 2 people or 3 people that are in their second year coaching and they're already doing things like that for our football team.
So I think two things could be true though, BG. I mean, they're good. They're good at play designs, and they know how to maximize their talent that they have. But at the same time, you still got to have that awareness to adjust when you see they're going awry. And I'm not saying that they don't have that capability. It's just that they haven't showed it lately, and they've just been caught up in their own philosophy and trying to push that. And I think they have it. They can't come into another conference talking about, we should have gave Miles the ball more in the first half. We heard it already. They've been done it. They did it a couple of times. They did it last year. So why you haven't learned? And that's what kind of bothers me. I do have faith in them that they have the talent and they're smart enough to maximize the talent. I'm just a little worried that why are you still having this problem? This
I feel like
should
it's
not
gonna
be
be
a problem right
different.
now.
It's gonna be different once they start going up against these experienced defensive coordinators and stuff like that. They're not gonna just sit back there and just let you throw the football all game. You're gonna have to run the ball.
But what has been our number one bread and butter all year, guys? Listen to me. What has been it? If you're a star player, you get shut down. We shut down all of them. Only the jabronis that we really didn't think much of put up big numbers against us. No star players did nothing against us this year. We only lost 3
We talking about offensive lines right now, though.
I mean,
you got to look at that. We beat ourselves 3 times this year. Like we should be 17-0. We should be straight up. Like talent wise, we should be 17-0.
Yeah,
undefeated.
Yeah,
we beat ourselves.
We talking about Nick Sirianni and Shane Steichen calling these bullshit ass plays right now. That's what we're talking about. And it's not even bullshit ass plays.
You think we lose the Dallas game if Jalen playing? If Shane Steichen calling these plays, you think we lose Dallas or the Saints? No.
It don't matter though. We're not talking about that though. We talking about them not respecting the fact that we have a number 1 running game in the NFL right now. We had the potential to be a number 1 running offense. If you piling it on people, it make the offense way easier. Now you singled up AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. You know these dudes can't be covered. But it all starts with the run. They don't respect our run right now at all. They don't respect. They not running the football because all we doing is play action. How you play action it without running the football? That don't even make football sense.
We're talking about the last 3 games.
The last 5 games. The last 5 games. New Orleans game. Who we played before that? Dallas game. Chicago game. Bro, we did not run the football in those games for real. We did not run the football. And that made the offense way harder. It made it way harder. Like it made it way harder than it needed to be. We wasn't controlling the clock. We was going 3 and out a lot. It was like, bro, you can't do that in the playoffs. You cannot do that in the playoffs. So somebody gonna have to get these dudes a reality check.
But in reality, we played 3 vanilla games on offense. Minshew was never getting the Hurts plan.
It's even before Minshew. Why do you think Hurts got hurt?
You weren't producing at your highest peak level for offense for 2 games with Minshew. And then you get Jalen back this week, and we definitely were playing vanilla.
I think Jalen has been kind of masking some of these things though. You
He
know,
been
having Jalen
masking
in
it.
there, he's been masking these things, and it has been an issue. You know, we start
It's
playing,
nasty, right?
huh?
And I do believe Jalen's that
He
dude.
definitely been masking
He
it.
definitely masked a lot of things, but like some of these games, man, like it still
They
took the
did,
defense. Like even when the defense were playing crappy for the game, they're still make a pick or a fumble recovery or a 3-and-out or interception or something at the end of the game to get Jalen the ball back so we can win those games. Like we only
yeah,
lost 3 of them.
yeah,
Like all those times they weren't all blowouts. There were a lot of close games we've watched this
Mhm.
year where the defense had to make that play at the end of the game, and they made those plays, and we got the ball back, and Jalen did what he was supposed to do and took the W, get the W for us.
yeah. We
So
got to get back in rhythm with that, though. I mean, I'm not saying that like I said, I'm not scared of none of these teams in the playoffs. You know,
Mhm.
and, we asked the question, what is our biggest issue, and I think it's play calling. Now, I'm not
Mhm.
saying, and play calling is our only biggest issue. That's fixable. And so I'm not worried. I'm just saying, the question was, what is our biggest issue? And we identify as play calling. It's fixable, and it's just something that they have to sit there, look in the mirror, and decide. That's what they want to do. It's that simple.
and I agree because I
Mhm.
think we need to run the ball way more in the beginning of the games for
Yeah,
sure. I
why not?
think
Yeah,
that
I
you
mean,
gotta
that's
establish it early.
that's
I
100.
think
percent
it depends. It depends. I mean, I don't think you have to run it early on every game. But I think it's something that when you have an issue and you start seeing the way the game is flowing, you need to be able to make that pivot and stick to it and be
For
consistent with it.
sure. For
And they
sure.
don't
That's the
do that.
biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. It all depends on how the game going. Like that New Orleans game, everybody could see we should have been running the football. Bro, we should have ran the football 6 times straight, to be honest. Even if we got like 2-3 yards a pop, just keep running it. Gardner Minshew was bad that game. Like he
Yeah,
played bad
But I
that
think
whole game from start to finish.
how about
yeah,
this,
So
guys? Look at this theory with
something
Gardner.
in your something in your mind gonna tell you like, all right, we gotta take the football out this dude's hands, man, or something
Mhm.
like.
yeah.
Even in the Dallas game, he was making plays, but he just looked so shaky back there. I'm like, bro, why not just run the football? Dallas got a horrible run defense. But
Mhm.
we
Yep.
swinging the ball all over the field. That's the only reason we threw them 2 interceptions.
Right.
Because we was
Right.
throwing it too much. No reason Gardner Minshew throwing the ball 40 times in the game.
But I feel like
No
this.
reason.
I feel like this though. Gardner is coming up on free agency, and the Eagles always like
He could
trust
go.
all
He could
those
go.
players, all the players on the Eagles. They always try to highlight them. When we
Yeah.
thought AJ was getting the ball too much, they made sure Devontae got the ball. When we thought Devontae and their passing game was going too much, they made sure they got Miles the ball. I just feel like that was one of those things where they feel like they're going to try to highlight Gardner Minshew for those 2 games. They
Yeah.
were trying to highlight him and try to see if they can get the
They,
most out of
they
him.
got to
But
stop worrying
they
about
moved out.
external stuff like that. That's not.
They
That's not.
But why
It's,
but why
that's
future
external.
why
That's
future him if
external
he
to the
gonna be a
game.
free
Because
agent
you
next
had
year?
the
It's
luxury to
like
do it. We were 13
it
and
ain't
1.
like
You
you
had the
trading him.
luxury to
He
do
gonna be
it.
a free agent.
He could
They need to
go.
You
stop
had the
worrying about
luxury
stuff
to
like
do
that.
it. Miles was hurt, Jalen was hurt, so you actually had a
We
luxury
clearly didn't
that
have the luxury
you
to
can
do it
help
because
your
we
guy
lost
out
both
to
of
being
them
the
games.
backup quarterback on your team by throwing the football a lot. And if he goes out there and he lights it up and wins some football games, guess what? He's gonna get a big payday next year. If
They
he
didn't. They
doesn't
didn't
go
do.
do it,
They didn't do
which he
him any
didn't,
favor doing that.
he's not getting
They
picked up next
didn't.
year.
It made it worse. They could
Mhm.
have. They could have ran the ball.
Gardner made
Ran
it
the
worse for
ball.
himself.
Yeah. But they could have made it better for him if they was really trying to feature him like that. Because what they could have do is have him manage the game.
Yeah.
You sit there and let him run the ball, and they'll start opening up the pass. Especially when you start doing play action in these RPOs where he's doing these quick slants. Because nobody was biting on that stuff. They knew he wasn't going to run. You know what I mean? And so
He's
when
so
you have,
slow,
and
dude.
then what
He's
happened to
like
the
Peyton Manning
tight
when
end
he was
screens?
running the football. I was
What
mad at
happened?
him.
What happened to Goddard? Why didn't we throw the ball to Goddard? I don't understand that. I mean, when you want to put him in his best, like you put him in the best situation. It wasn't the best situation throwing the ball
Yeah.
that much.
Wasn't
Mhm.
the best
Terrible.
situation. And then we had to play our starters all the way up to the end of this game because we had to win it. So it's like we probably wouldn't even been in a situation like that if the coaching was better. We could have put the NFC East away 3 weeks ago
Mhm.
if it was better coaching. So I mean I
Uh,
get it, bro. It's
I
like
think
but
that
I
Dallas
still
game,
feel
that was
like
a
coaching
pretty
go.
well coached game. Gardner put that away. Those 3 turnovers what cost us. We lost by
I
6
think
points.
I think Dallas defense is just that bad.
Like that was
Yeah,
garbage.
they was shitty. Man.
Dallas defense is bad though. It's
Yeah,
really bad.
yeah.
But did the defense really play that bad, or is Dallas really a good team? They're a good team.
Dallas is a good offense.
They're good offense.
Their defense was horrible.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah,
Not
this
recently.
defense
That was the difference of the game. Their offense played good, and they did play good. I'm not going to hate on their offense that game.
I'm hating on the offense. I'm just
Gardner
saying
played
Dallas defense was not that
crappy,
bad.
which made their defense look better.
Nah.
He was trash.
The Saints
Straight
defense?
trash. I don't care about the three.
No, Cowboys.
I don't care about that. That's because we got good receivers. He was trash that game.
Bro, at the end of the day, if we lose in these playoffs, it's gonna be because horrible coaching, bro. We got players all over the field.
Yep.
All over the field, defense and offense. It's gonna be because of the coaching. That's all I'm saying. If we lose in these playoffs, it's gonna be because Nick Sirianni, Jonathan Gannon, Shane Steichen. It's gonna be because of them dudes. We should run through anybody that get in front of us, to be
I feel
honest.
the same way.
It shouldn't be that hard.
I feel like we already won the championship. For real. I feel like the team, if you just look at our roster, especially with the healthy people coming back, this should be an easy cakewalk to that Super Bowl ring. Now, the coaching staff is the question mark. You know, are they going to adapt? Because that was my biggest question was, you know, you've seen the leap from the players and Howie Roseman bringing in the players and Jalen Hurts taking that leap the next year. But did you really see the leap from the coaching staff from last year?
No. It's still the same situation that it was last year. I think that the talent is just covering and masking everything that they've been doing throughout the season. But going towards the playoffs, they've been like shaky. They've been real shaky, and it's shown numerous of times. And it's just like, you know, how many times do we got to get on here as content creators saying, "Oh, y'all should have ran the ball here. Hey, let Darius Slay follow their best receiver like y'all did in week 2 against Minnesota. Why are they so far back? You know, or why is Jalen Hurts throwing the ball so much? You know, let
why do y'all ever got Josiah Scott guarding CD Lamb?
That
like,
too.
Why?
That part.
But that part was like, hey, whoa. That part, listen, he played.
He was guarding this dude the whole game.
I'm not giving him no love. Josiah plays trash. But the whole week, Maddox was coming back that way. And when Maddox was in the game, if Maddox doesn't go out that game, I don't think Dallas wins.
But you gotta adjust though. That's what we talking about. And getting adjustments.
At the end of the day, you gotta expect. Josiah Scott was a good slot corner. You gotta expect him. Like you can't change your whole defense for one player.
But he getting roasted though, BJ. Like roasted. You ain't gonna do nothing to help this dude. You just gonna leave him there. Like, go ahead, bro. You just gotta play. Like, no, you gotta make adjustments. It's gonna be times in the playoffs where we're gonna be getting our ass kicked by a receiver. You gotta adjust. You're gonna be going up against some of the top receivers in the NFL in this playoff run. You gotta adjust. You got to. There's no way you got Josiah Scott guard CD Lamb for 80% of that game, bro. He played out of the slot like 80% of that game.
Right, and I wouldn't even put Josiah Scott against Debo Samuels. I wouldn't put him. You know, that's why I'm happy that I'm hoping they stick with C.J. Gardner-Johnson if Avonte Maddox is not a go. Put him in the slot. You know, we could deal with Reed Blankenship and Marcus Epps in the back. You know, because they're hitting safeties.
But that's the whole point of that game is you were down C.J. Gardner and you were down Maddox. You didn't think you're going to be down Maddox, but you were down Maddox. So at that time, you just throw in this guy and hope that he can cover it and he can mask. And yes, Dallas took advantage of it for the first half. But in the second half, what did CD do? Nothing.
What do you
he did nothing the second half. He was shut out because they made the adjustment they need to make and they stopped him. I told you, we stopped stars.
He was going off the whole game, PG.
No, he wasn't. That second half was trash.
Bro.
He was trash that second half. He had 100 yards in the first half. He ended up like 120-something yards in a touchdown. Yeah, he scored a touchdown that second half, but he did not do nothing that second half, that football game. All those yards came in the first half.
Okay.
So who was doing something there if he ain't do nothing?
Right.
Because nobody else on their team was cooking us.
No.
He was the only one.
How many yards he had in the second half?
He had like over 150 yards in that
Everybody
game.
thought he was going to go for 200 against us. And I was listening there like, damn, he might do it. But he got shut down. They made their adjustment. They double teamed him. It was over. Like
I'm just saying, though. I mean, I'm just saying, we're going to be going up against some of the best receivers in the NFL in this playoff run. We probably going to have to deal with Justin Jefferson again. Who knows? I mean, I know what happened in the first game, but they're not going to bring that same game plan the next game, knowing how we shut them down the first time. So we're going to be dealing with some dogs in this playoff run. We're going to have to, like I said, it's going to have to be some adjustments. Avonte Maddox probably not going to be there. He got a tendency of getting hurt. So we kind of already know that. You really want C.J. Gardner-Johnson guarding wide receivers that much? He's a safety for real.
But he was the best slot corner in the game before he was a safety.
I'm just saying though, that's taken away from our back. I don't trust Blankenship. I don't trust Blankenship in the playoffs. I can rock with Epps, but I don't trust Blankenship in the playoffs. So we probably gonna have to move him back to safety again.
So we don't got Maddox. You guys don't feel like Johnson? To me, I think it's just like when we had Malcolm Jenkins. He was our safety, but when we needed Malcolm, we put him up in that slot, and he did his job. I think that's the same thing. As long as Gardner-Johnson's healthy, I'm not really tripping off that slot.
Yeah, I think CJ could play well enough to be in it.
I think he'll play well, but we was going up against the Giants' second team this week. There wasn't really no dogs out there.
But we were vanilla on offense and defense today. The coaching staff said it. They just wanted to win and get out of there. That was it. Like that was. I started getting mad about the game today. I was like, "What the hell's going on?" But I was like, I realized they weren't really trying at that.
I was still a little bit mad because that play calling was bothering me, especially when we started running the ball and getting to the red zone. You get into that red zone and you sitting there deciding to throw the ball 3 times for what? I don't understand. And then especially if you were already up and you already know that you have get too close to the goal line, we could punch it in. Why not run it 3 times? I don't care. Run it 3 times. Right. You could go for it on 4th down. You're close enough, especially towards that end. That at one play, I don't know, they had Jalen on a rollout, and he ended up throwing the ball away. I was like, why are you passing on 3rd down? You already ran it 2 times and got yardage each time. So run it 4 times. I don't care.
But you guys know the fact there's a lot of 3rd downs or 4th downs that were like 4th and 1s, 4th and 2s. Like if it's playoff, we're going for it.
Hey, go for it. Yeah, I think we go for it.
Risk nothing.
And I don't understand why we're throwing on 3rd and 2. When we run an RPO, if you're gonna throw it, run an RPO. Put the defender in conflict, and then throw the ball. I don't understand why we.
RPO had to do with Jalen getting hit. They made sure they bubble wrapped him today. They
I hear. But even if you're gonna throw
it, he would bubble wrap himself. He would run and then just slide. He wasn't trying to hit nobody. He was like slide.
So they had it was 32. It was 32, and they ran a quick slant. But you could run an RPO and just throw that quick slant anyway. Just commit to that quick slant. But just having him coming out there is going to put the defenders on pause. Everybody's going to pause. There's a couple of times where they had a play where designed for some reason that AJ Brown ran into a defender. There wasn't enough space to even run that play. Some of the play designs are kind of goofy too, man. I mean, they do a good job. They do a good job mostly. It's just that just like 1 or 2 plays.
I'll say they suck at, calling like off script plays. Like
they suck at situational play calling.
Like they're good at calling plays when you're rolling, but they suck at those off script plays where it's like, they're kind of just like they're not trying to show everything or they're not trying to be all explosive, but they're just trying to just play football, like the vanilla stuff. And they really suck at that vanilla stuff. Like they need
they rely on Hurts so much. Even like they have the pressure comes. They don't have a hot route or somebody leaking out to help Hurts to get rid of the ball quick. Instead, they just rely on Hurts to extend the play and make a play on that way. And that's just kind of dangerous. And that's
basically telling them if ain't there, right?
Like, that's the quarterback.
It's like if ain't there, just run.
You gotta let him do his thing. That's your quarterback, and that's who you got. That's why he's gonna get paid the money. He's gonna get paid.
That's not the quarterback. That's play design. you put somebody where he can have an answer when you have pressure. He don't have an answer. When he pull out all that pressure, they expecting him to extend the play and throw the ball. That's just letting him play in backyard. I mean, he's able to do that because he's dynamic and he's got the talent to do that stuff. But why are you asking him when you don't need to? Why?
That 145. Make sure you hit that like. Go subscribe to my boy One Trade Rock. Go subscribe to my boy King DV. We're gonna get Drew a channel. We're gonna go get him a channel he can go subscribe to. Because he been Friday night. He been Friday night for show. Go subscribe to my boy Eagles channel. We're about 145 and we're probably gonna hit it like the 2-hour mark. You know what I'm saying? We got 15 more minutes. Let's talk about the Eagles win. Best team Eagles has ever had the regular season. What up,
You forgot to say happy birthday to Philly girl, by the way.
dude? Happy birthday, Philly girl. Shout out to you, Philly girl. Happy birthday, girl.
Happy birthday.
What up, champ?
What's up?
Champ?
Hey, I'm feeling good, man. We got the #1 seed. We're going to the playoffs. Hey, I'm happy. There's some things that we got to work on, but listen, you want to show me that listen. I can talk about Gannon and all that stuff, but listen, I think that he's going to be okay in the playoffs because these are the big games that he needs to come through. You want a coaching job, like in Houston, it's where you show that you can be a good head coach. These are the playoff moments. You got to show that you can win in the playoffs, man. But, was it pretty? No. But at the same time, we knew Jalen Hurts was going to be a little rusty. We knew this team was going to get some players back that weren't going to be on the same page. I knew coming in that this was a division game. Anyway, this is a division opponent that we are going to be seeing again, hopefully down the road. You know what I'm saying? In the playoffs, right? We could definitely see the Giants again. We definitely could see Dallas again. So, we definitely need to get things cleaned up. But overall, I thought we did what we had to do. Like I said, it wasn't pretty. But the main part is we secured the #1 seed, and that's all I care about, right? We could get through we can wait for the bye. We get a bye, and we get to see who we play. I mean, we just saw Green Bay lose, so Seattle goes to the 49ers, and whoever comes out of that, I think that's who they play in Philadelphia. Am I correct?
They played the lower seed.
No, we play whoever the lowest seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be the 49ers in Seattle, right? Because Green Bay just lost to the Lions.
Nah, it'd just be the lowest. Like whoever the lowest seed I left in the playoffs.
I'm not playing Niners.
It don't necessarily gotta be them two.
I'm really not scared of the Niners, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. If we play the Niners, I think that we can beat them.
Because the Niners, they're what? They the #2, so we wouldn't play them until the conference finals.
Yeah, conference. Yeah. My fault. I don't know why I said that, but I'm happy that we got to this point where we the #1 seed. That's all I care about, right? Because we've been talking about, are the Eagles going to choke this away? Are we not going to be the #1 seed? Is Dallas going to get? Now everything can go through because now we got the #1 seed. Everything that's come through Philadelphia, and Philly is a hard place to play. You know what I'm saying? And I believe this Eagles team is going to play the best football when it comes to playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I think that this is where we tighten up. We have to. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go in the playoffs, you got the #1 seed, you fall flat on your face. I ain't gonna lie to you. There should be some coaches on the hot seat. There's no reason why you shouldn't be going all the way this year. This team's too talented. This team's too talented. It's the best defensive line in football, right? Didn't they just pass the 85 Bears in sacks?
No. They fell too short.
They fell too short. Okay.
All
right. Well, I thought they did. All right, my fault. But they got a great defense. I think when you look at it, you have to at least win the Super Bowl this year. This is the time where you have to win it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to be losing a lot of players next year, right? Sanders might not be back next year, right? You might not get Bradbury back next year. You know what I'm saying? You're probably going to be drafting a corner in the first round. Lane Johnson might not be back next year. He might retire because he can't stay healthy, right? So these are the things that we gotta take all this team and we gotta get another Super Bowl with this team, right? Because this team's not going to be the same. Players are going to be leaving.
Thanks.
We're going to be getting new players. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I'm proud of this team because no one said we were going to do this. I heard everybody said that Jalen Hurts going to be this guy.
Hey, Eagles champ, calm down. I said it.
Yeah.
You did too. But people were telling me that Jalen Hurts going to be this guy either.
I said 14-3, didn't I?
Yeah,
you did. You
okay,
did.
thank
You did.
I said
You
that.
did. You did. You did. You know what I'm saying? But people told me that Sean Watson should have been the answer with Jalen Hurts. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm happy with Jalen Hurts, man. I'm happy that he's my quarterback. I love this kid's mentality. He's tough. He fits that blue collar city in Philadelphia, right? And you know what? He braces this Philadelphia locker room, you know, and you saw the difference between him and Minshew, right? Because you saw a leader. You saw a guy that could lead his team over, like, you know, outcome, right? When we were down, when we needed a big play, we could rely on Jalen Hurts. Today, when we needed a big play from Jalen Hurts, yeah, he wasn't sharp, but he got us our field goal, right? And Minshew couldn't do that. You know, that's the difference between Jalen Hurts and Minshew. Jalen Hurts can lead his troops, and I think the defense and the offense and the whole team plays better with Jalen Hurts on the center because he's that dog, he's that leader, man. You know, so I think Minshew's a great, you know, locker room quarterback. That he's a rival guy, but he's not a leader. You know, and that's what we got to understand. Jalen Hurts is a leader. You know, people look up to him where they really don't look up to Minshew. You know, so he might talk and might show, but anyway you look, I'm happy we got the number 1 seed. I know I'm talking in circles, but I'm just excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited for playoff football. You know, it's back, man. And you know what? Let's see what happens, you know, because I want number 2. I want another ring. You know, I'm tired of getting that one ring. You know, I'm tired of hearing fans say, "Oh, we just got 1 ring. We're lucky." I want to win another one. You know, so that's the goal. When you get the number 1 seed, you got to go all the way this year. So,
I got a question for you guys. I know Trey, I got to buy here, buddy. But before you go, I got a question for you guys. I want to go around and like that was my poll question on my channel. It's like, is this Super Bowl bust for the Eagles this year?
Gotta be. It
gotta be. Yeah.
You don't get the number 1 seed in the NFL. I mean, in the NFC by accident.
Whoa.
I mean, that means you dominated this year. I mean, you dominated. And then even we got the number 1 seed. We got the best record in the NFL. Like the best record in the NFL. So it's like, if you don't win, this would be one of the biggest disappointments ever in like Philly history. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. What we've been saying about this team all year, we built different. We go out there, we lose in these playoffs. We not built different. We look like every other Eagles team that lost in the playoffs. Good in the regular season, horrible in the playoffs. We lost in the playoffs. So,
look at your rebuild different merchandise in the merchandise store. PG.
It shouldn't be no reason, bro. It shouldn't be no reason we don't take this at least to the Super Bowl. At least to the Super Bowl. So I'm gonna say this Super Bowl bust for me.
Yeah, with all that talent, you better make it, right? Because CJ Gardner-Johnson, you got Darius Slay. You know, some of these guys are not coming back, right? We talk about Darius Slay. You know, he's what? He's gonna be what, 31 or 30 years old. You know, you see, he's not going to have that. He's not going to be the same player.
Nice talking to you.
Trey, man.
Sure, man. Trey, man. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to one Trey Rock, man. You know, Swiss Cloud with him earlier.
Trey channel as well.
Yeah, but I think this is the time of year, right? Because you are going to let go a lot of good players this year, right? You're going to let go of Brandon Graham. He's probably not coming back. Fletcher Cox probably not coming back, right? Hargrave, you're going to have to pay him, or you're going to have to find a way to let him go, which I think we're going to pay. There's no way you let Hargrave walk. You got to pay C.J. Gardner-Johnson. You're probably letting Bradbury walk, right? You probably letting Miles Sanders walk, right? And Miles Sanders walk, I've been looking at that running back from Alabama. I would draft him, but that's another story for another day. But the players, there are going to be a lot of players that are going to be walking. So we're going to be filling a lot of positions in the draft next year, right? So this is the time where you have a full roster. You got to go all in, because it's not another time that you're probably going to have this opportunity. You only get certain opportunities to go and get the number 1 seed. You got to bring it home. And I'm looking at Jonathan Gannon, man. I'm seeing him being conservative. He can't do that in the playoffs. You playing a team like the 49ers, or you playing a team like the Giants, or any team, you can't play conservative. This is where you got to be aggressive. I need to see that aggressive defense that I saw with the Vikings when we played them at home. I want that aggressive defense. And I don't want to see that conservative defense. Like, put your foot on their necks. I'm tired of every time we getting 2 scores up on a team that we just, let's ease off the pedal. Nah, keep going. Like, I want to rip their hopes and dreams away from them. I don't want them to come back. You know what I'm saying? I want to rip this team apart. And I think this is where we need to see Jonathan Gannon can be a good coach, because good coaches make adjustments, and good coaches know you have issues. They're going to make adjustments and prevent those mistakes from happening, right? I need to see Shane Steichen with play call be a lot better. I'm tired of the screens. Like, the fact that I saw a lot of times where they were blitzing Jalen Hurts, they weren't throwing screens. But when they weren't blitzing, you throw a screen. Don't you throw a screen when they're blitzing? You know what I'm saying? I mean, those are the things that we need to do. Also, run the ball with Sanders, man. If I don't see him running the ball in the playoffs, man, I'm going to start thinking that this dude's hurt or something like that. Because it's like we don't run the ball with Sanders. He's hurt?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his knee.
And that's huge, man, because I don't know how serious that can be. How serious is with his knee? Like,
I mean, it's not that serious. It's just aggravating. That's all it is.
So now with the 2 weeks, he might be better for
and this is why you needed to buy, because these teams now players can get healthy, right?
Maybe the buy would have been screwed. I'm telling you that.
We needed that buy. We needed that buy. We really did need that buy, because, like I said, man, they were saying Jalen Hurts was supposed to play that. He forced himself to play today. Like, they were supposed to activate Minshew today. That's what I heard. I mean, Jalen Hurts forced the coaches to play him today. He knew how important this game was. Mm-hmm. He didn't trust Minshew to beat the Giants. And Minshew couldn't beat I don't think we win this game if Minshew's in this game. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
no.
But I look at all these teams. I look at Buffalo. I look at KC. Like, you can't play conservative against these teams, man. This is where playoff football, you got to be dominant. You know what I'm saying? I need to see a different Jonathan Gannon. All that dancing around with you not. I mean, all that conservative stuff. You got to get rid of that, especially in the playoffs, right? Because this is the time where you need to be on point. You need to show your dominance. You need to go out there. You need to show who's boss. You need to show this, hey, this is our home. You're not coming through and getting a win on us. That's not happening. You know what I'm saying? We're going all the way this year. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want. I want these players to feel it. You know what I'm saying? You have the Philly fans in front of you. You better go out and play your hearts out. You know what I'm saying? Because you're potentially playing for a paycheck too, right? Because CJ Gardner-Johnson's look for a paycheck. Playoff teams are going to look at the playoffs like, okay, this guy's balling. You know what I'm saying? Miles Sanders, you want a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? This is where you need to make your money, is the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? We look at playoffs as an opportunity to see where this team is, but also see, is this team for real? Because I'm tired of people telling us we're frauds. I'm tired of hearing that. I'm tired of people saying we're one and done.
I don't know where they
I'm
get
tired
that
of hearing
from.
that.
Give me a percentage. What do you guys think? What percentage do you think the Eagles will be one and done?
With Jalen Hurts, I don't see it happening. Like, I think Jalen Hurts can take us all the way.
What percentage you got?
Minshew, a 95% with Minshew, a 6% with Jalen Hurts.
6%?
6%, yeah. Or maybe a 20% because of Gannon. But Jalen Hurts makes his team better.
I'm not so down on Gannon, but I think it's a low. I'm saying like 5% chance one and done. I don't see that happening. I don't see it happening. I don't think there's any of these teams that are that good anyway. I don't fear none of these teams, especially
That's
in
really the reality of the playoffs. Like, those teams that made it in the NFC is not as good as us. And then by the time any one of those, the Bengals, Bills, or Kansas City, by the time they make it to the Super Bowl, they're gonna be so beat up.
But you saw a lot of these teams today, right?
Yeah, that whole gauntlet to get there.
You saw the Bills today. I mean, did they really look scary? Did they look scary? Did they look like you had to fear them?
They got like whole depth.
I don't really watch.
I watched the Bills today. They got a good offense attack, right? But like I said, man, if you get pressure, and I keep on saying, if you get pressure on Josh Allen, he's going to make mistakes.
I'll say one thing though. Josh Allen running out of the pocket does, would bother.
Yeah, well, we got to keep him in pocket. That's we can't let him out the pocket. He'll kill us that way.
That would bother me. Like, oh shit, here he comes. Like, oh, don't do this.
The one guy I fear the most is the one guy I fear the most that I really would not feel comfortable with Jonathan Gannon would be Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
because he can extend plays.
That's what I wanted to be the Super Bowl. I wanted to be Chiefs.
I think that's the thing too. Is him extending plays.
Like King DV, I don't know about you, but I'm really terrified of playing the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't want to play them because they have experience of playing in the Super Bowl. They know what it's like to win in the Super Bowl.
Eddie done beat us.
No, I'm with you though, because it's not the fact that I don't believe that we can win. I know that we can win. I just don't trust Jonathan Gannon. I think they're going to be put in certain situations, whereas though that Jonathan Gannon would had no option but to either blitz or to play the flats, things like that, and he's not going to be willing to do that. He's going to try to save the big plays, and we're going to get chewed up and in between the lines to the point where now yards after catch becomes big because for some strange reason, every time in the third quarter, this team can't tackle. I don't know what it is. You've seen it today.
Davis Webb was able to score on us. That's embarrassing.
Like he Marshawn Lynch blanket shit. He Marshawn Lynch.
That's on blanket shit, bro.
Yeah,
but him spinning passes, if you played man to man, the guy couldn't throw. He was getting a lot of short dink and dunk reads. He really wasn't airing it out like that. But when you play assertive and you put the defense back and you put the secondary back 15 yards off the football, you're leaving offense pretty much dictate you because you're playing back now. He'll allow the small plays, which becomes big plays down the road because now it's the short plays we can get short plays. Well, let's see if we can get the long plays where you got to be aggressive. And I don't understand why he plays again. I saw Darius Slay playing 15 yards off the football for receiver again. Why is he not playing close?
It's a little bit of everything, and like BG's point before is that when you having players out, the communication is not there. When you running this system defense, you have to have the communication, and when you're not used to the player being on that side, you get people caught out of positions. But and another thing to your point is when you have people backing off, as soon as the quarterback walks to the line, he sees somebody off coverage, he's already looking there and off the jump. And it's for the other players to get to run and be in position once the snap of the ball to change the picture. But this communication has been bad, and people are just, especially with Jay Scott being in there, it's gotten better with CJ Gardner in there. But it's only because CJ Gardner's athletic and he's more aware than Jay Scott is, and so is most likely be in a position. But Kaiser has also been kind of playing pretty bad lately.
Kaiser needs. I ain't gonna lie. It's time to bring Nakobe Dean in the playoffs, man. I want to see Nakobe Dean. I'm tired of seeing Kaiser White. I really want Nakobe Dean. I want Nakobe Dean.
You can't be going the whole year, and then put somebody in that you haven't seen play that much.
Right.
Now you're gonna throw him in in the playoffs. He's been on.
I think Dean would play
that's
good.
A tough ass.
You just can't take out Kaiser or TJ because they play.
TJ can't cover receivers though. He can't cover tight ends. He's horrible against them.
He's had a couple bad games, but the rest of the year
he was horrible today. Did you see Kaiser? Did you see TJ Watt's coverage? He can't cover nobody. So he's horrible.
So I think to your point, you have to bring these DBs up and put hands on these people, even if you play in zone. Just let them put hands on them. You got to be a little bit more aggressive and don't let them come off a free release. It's too easy. They're getting their routes and they're taking up that space, and then what are you going to do? You're chasing now. So I think to your point, you're right. They should be a little bit more aggressive, be on the line a little bit more. The communication should get better with this break, and then they're going to show improvement. I think Gannon does make adjustments. I just think that some of the execution has been falling off, especially like King DB said. The tackling's just been atrocious at times.
Well, it's been bad since week one. Like, what do you talk about in preseason? How many times we just say, hey, they're missing tackles? Oh, it's just fine. Well, it's not fine because it's still happening, right? Because we talk about the joint practice, they don't hit enough, right? The joint practice are great and fine, but they don't hit enough. Like, I like the physical practice where you actually hit someone because in real games,
hitting is a mentality, though. It's a mentality.
That should matter now.
It is. It's like. But we've been talking about week one. I mean, how many times did they miss players against the Lions? We've been talking. Even the Vikings are missing tackles, right? They've been playing really good games, but we've seen so many times like, whoa, they're missing tackles left and right. You know what I'm saying? And that's what loses us games is because we shoot ourselves in the foot because the mental mistakes, the missed tackling, the jumping off sides. That got to stop.
That's why this buy is important. You get back in, you start looking at self scouting, start going back and forth and say, look, this is what we're having troubles with. Work on it, get everybody's mental together, start running reps with at least mentally, reps and where everybody's supposed to be, and then get your mental. That's why I think this buy is is big, and they're gonna come back out and they're gonna be strong, man. I really truly believe that. and I think Gannon's going to be fine.
And
I
that's
think
my fear is
Steichen's the
playing
one that
against good
bothers me more
quarterbacks.
than Gannon. Steichen bothers me more than Gannon. It just
Now,
seems
Gannon
like
bothers me more than Steichen, man. I ain't gonna lie to
because
you. I'm definitely scared of him playing against Josh Allen. I'm definitely scared of Gannon playing against a guy like Mahomes because of this
yeah,
conservative defense. If we play like that against Josh Allen, I don't care where you
yeah.
play him in the Super Bowl, you're going home with no Super Bowl ring. Like, he scares me because, like, I would not be surprised if Seattle goes, like, where anybody comes in Philly, if they look at this tape and they do exactly what they're doing and we do not adjust, that scares me. Like, I really don't want to think like that. But when I'm thinking of this game and I'm seeing the pattern, even the Saints game, like
But then
in the
just
first half, we're doing the exact same thing. Like, we're playing conservative. You can't do that against a real good team.
but the
Yeah,
When you're
Justice
playing
have
against a
came.
real good
The
team,
to
you
be
Justice
gotta be
have
honest,
been
aggressive.
coming. The
hey,
Justice have been
to be
coming though.
honest, I think the last 3 weeks are going to help us in the playoffs. You got to look at the 2017 season. We played shit those
Yeah,
years. Nick Foles was trash at the end of the season.
yeah.
He was straight trash. He had the best playoff run of all time. But he was straight trash.
He really wasn't a elite in versus the
He was
Falcons in the
bad.
divisional round, was
It
he?
was the end of the
No,
season. So I think
yeah.
I
It
thought
was
the
having
just
defense played
past.
all real good.
not to play our best games is going to really help us out going
Hmm.
forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to help us out because now you got this. Oh, you look at this Giants tape. What are you going to get out of it? What are you really going to get out of the Giants tape? Nothing. What are you going to get out of the Saints tape or the Cowboys tape? Nothing. Because
Okay,
Jalen
well,
won 2 games.
I hope they
Mm,
get something out. I hope they get something out of this tape because I think even when if you're not playing to your full strength or whatever, you want to go into these games to learn something about your team and
I'm
pick
here,
up
the
something. You
opponent,
got to
whoever
go.
facing us, they're not going to
but
really get nothing
but
out of it.
if you're a rival, wait, how do you look at how do you beat the
It's
Eagles? Well,
self scouting.
we've been looking at our defense. We've been saying, if I'm an offense corner, how do I beat this Eagles team? Well, simple. I just think and dunk my way into the end zone because I know Jonathan Gannon's not going to give up the big plays, but he's going to give up the short plays. See, Jonathan Gannon, he's afraid of giving up big plays. He's afraid of blitzing because he doesn't want to give up the huge chunks, right? He'd rather give up the little tiny plays and then they become big plays, right? Because he doesn't mind you getting those first downs as long as they're not touchdowns, right? And that's what I hate about it. It's not the fact that, okay, yeah, I get you don't want to give up the big play, but the short plays add up, right? Because you're playing a team like San Francisco. Let's look at San Francisco, right? Deebo Samuel, like if you put him on jet screens or slants or anything like that, and you got your cornerbacks 50 yards off the football, you got George Kittle on TJ Edwards, who, let's be real, cannot cover a tight end, man. He struggled badly. And we've been seeing over and over again, these tight ends are actually getting huge yardage against these linebackers. I mean, we've seen Kaiser White miss tackles. We've seen TJ Edwards miss tackles. These, like I said, I would put Nakobe Dean in the playoffs because Nakobe Dean, he's just different. He's fast. He can get to he can get to these quarterbacks faster. And honestly, I think Nakobe Dean is just a much better linebacker. When he was in the game, even for the short down versus Tennessee, I thought a lot better than we were before with the Kaiser White. I'm not saying Kaiser White is a bad player, but I just think that Nakobe Dean brings so much juice to this defense. And that's
Well, I
what
mean,
that's why
I think the Tennessee game is just a little, too small of a sample size. Tennessee is a one-dimensional team. They're not really doing anything. They're just running the ball.
the one dimensional because they traded their star receiver to Philly. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Well, all right, we had 210. I said 2, but we had 210. Hey guys, make sure you guys hit that like. Go subscribe to all these guys up here. DB,
Appreciate it.
Eagles Champ. You know what I'm saying? Drew, go subscribe to Drew anyway, because we're gonna get him motivated to get content
Don't
creator.
subscribe to me. You're just gonna see my kid.
I'm in Jules tonight, man. Much love to all you guys. Let's celebrate tonight. And we looked at a lot of negatives today,
Got the
but
number one seed, baby. I'm
our
so happy,
team
man.
is the best team in the NFL. And it's been a long time we've been able to say our team is the best team in the NFL. You know, it's been a long time.
When you look at the NFL, I don't mean to cut you off, but when you look at the receiving core, who do you think is the best receiving core? Because I ain't gonna lie, I think AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Quez Watkins are the best receiving core in the NFL.
Well,
I think they're very dynamic.
Yeah,
you can add Goddard too. You know, so I think he's a top 10 tight end in the NFL in the league, right? Because like this receiving core is so they don't understand how dangerous this receiving core is. Like
they're just dangerous.
They
So
really are.
everybody,
Hey,
go ahead and shout out your platforms, and
mhm.
also give me your final take. What you really think's gonna happen the rest of the way.
All right, I'll go first since I don't have any platforms to drop, man. So, I think the defense is going to show improve. People are going to get off his off Gannis back, and he's going to go in there, and we're going to put a smack down on some team, and whoever it is, doesn't matter who it is, it's going to be the first divisional round. We're going to knock him out and get him done real quick in a hurry. And I don't think there's anybody that scares me or this team in the playoffs. And then is off to the Super Bowl, man. That's it.
Thank you, Drew. Shout out to Drew in the building.
All right, man. Let
One
me
of the
get out of here.
best chat guys in the world. Much love to you. I respect you.
I hope Jonathan Gannon hears that too.
DV.
Basically, you can catch me on here, King DV Sports. I do heavy Eagles content creator. Also, I do touch base with the Sixers. I'm in South Philly, but I will say this about the playoffs. I need Shane Steichen to get his act together. I'm not going to go to Jonathan Gannon because I think I've been talking about Jonathan Gannon all year. But Shane Steichen is one of those guys that you gotta be worried about because his inability of running the ball. He has to run the ball. Well, and he has to be better in situational plays like we talked about earlier. You cannot sit up there and allow Jalen Hurts to throw, especially coming off of that shoulder injury. You can't do that, and especially in the playoffs, they're going to try to attack that because it's a one and done. The gloves is off now to the point where now, when he's trying to protect himself, he's going to try to get those extra yards. He's going to try to put it all on the line, and that's what we got to face facts with. You got to let Jalen Hurts be Jalen Hurts and not sit up there and make him a West Coast offense player. Let him be who he was that got him the MVP votes, that got him
3 more games.
Right. Mm-hmm. Just allow him to be him, and read the defense better. I can't.
Now, do you think, I don't mean to cut you off, do you think it's maybe because they didn't want to risk him getting injured? So maybe it's because they were saying he was still injured. Like he was not supposed to play today. That's why I said. So
no, today,
maybe they're just being cautious with him. You know what I'm saying? But I agree. I mean,
and to go back to my thing, we should have just.
I'm talking about in the playoffs. I'm talking about in the playoffs today.
Oh yeah, they don't need to run him too much. Like this is where Miles Sanders needs to be a factor in the playoffs.
No, there's no bubble wrap in the playoffs. In the playoffs, you play Jalen Hurts to the full.
You got to play. You got to play because if you don't allow him to play, then it's like, okay, well, what are we really doing? Because if he's not the player that got us to this point, then it's like, all right,
we're not the same team.
We go to the bounce.
Yeah.
But I appreciate y'all guys inviting me on, man. I'm about to take it down. So, it's nice talking to you, BG. Nice talking to you, BC. Just subscribe to the channels, man. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and all that.
In the chat.
But I'm out.
Peace.
All right, man.
Champ. No.
What's up? You can find me EC1 on YouTube, EC1 Football on YouTube. Find me on Twitter, just at MYOB. Forget Twitter, just put EC1, you'll find me. On Instagram, same thing, EC1. Final thoughts is this: hey, we get the number 1 seed. I'm happy. It's a good day to be an Eagle fan, and let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to get the number 2 ring. First thing first, gotta win the playoff game. Gotta win the divisional round. Gotta win the NFC Championship game. But let's just be happy we got to this point, and that's the goal, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just thrilled the way we are, because when you look at the beginning of the season, BG 31. I know people have been bashing you about this. Me too. No one told us. Every Cowboy fan told us this. Hey, listen, this is our year. It's our year. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing I see is a Broad Street and another Super Bowl hat. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of the 2017 ring. I want another one. I want another banner. You know what I'm saying? I think this team can do it. I really do. I believe Jalen Hurts so much. I want him to shut everybody up. If he wins the Super Bowl, all the people that doubted him are gonna look silly. They're gonna look foolish. You know what I'm saying? And he just needs to respect, man, and he got to do it. You know what I'm saying? He got to do it. You know, I don't care about MVP. I want a Super Bowl MVP. You know what I'm saying? This probably be the first time we ever had a Super Bowl MVP quarterback. Think about that.
Right.
Think about that. Like, I don't think we ever had a quarterback that won a Super Bowl.
Did Nick Foles win an MVP that Super Bowl?
He won as a backup though, right? He's never been a starter. This is the first time we had a starter in the playoffs, because we had Carson Wentz, but he got knocked out. He never finished a playoff game, right? So this will be the first time we ever had an Eagles starter in the playoffs, taking us all the way. And if he can win us a Super Bowl, I'm telling you right now, when we look at KC, we look at, and I know you don't like doing this, but you look at quarterbacks. They got their Mahomes. They got everybody over there. We got a quarterback, man. And I believe this kid is so special. He embraces Philly. This kid looks like he was born in Philly, because he thrives. He brings so much energy to this team, man. And I'm glad we drafted him. I'm glad he's here, and I can't wait, man. You know, so yeah, Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. He was a backup, right? Our starter went down. But listen, if you're not excited, Eagle fans, I don't know what you want me to say. How can you not be excited? You know, yeah, there's things to work on, and obviously there is. But listen, I mean, I think this is where you play your best football. I think you're going to see a lot of things that are going to change. You know, and I'm just excited, man. I'm thrilled, man. I'm thrilled. It wasn't pretty. We got the job done, and that's all I care about, man. You know
hey, man, shout out to you. Like, go hit up my boy EC1.
Hey, shout out to you, man. I'll be seeing you grinding, man. I'll be seeing you be busy over there, man, with the live stream. Keep up the good work, BG31. You know what I'm saying? One of the GOATs for real, man. You bring so much juice and energy. You get me hyped up. You know what I'm saying? I would love to collab with you one more time, man. You know, down the road, man.
Knowing my team, man. And I just realized that I do know my team. And like, if you guys follow me, you guys hit that subscribe, you will know the team just as well as I do.
I think you should get Nick Sirianni on your channel and see if you could talk to him.
Winning the Super Bowl, guys. It's already over. You know, another one of these right here.
I'm watching Jalen Hurts right now, man, coming out the tunnel. Ooh, he cites me so much, man.
It's coming home. So, Eagles fan, you guys do me one big thing. Besides hit that like, subscribe to all my boys.
For sure.
I want you guys to do one thing. Don't listen to the narratives. Don't listen to the media. Don't listen to the naysayers. We are about to win another Super Bowl. And let's get pumped up. Let's get excited. Let's understand that we are the best. And I mean the best team in the league, like I told you before. And let's enjoy
these colors are meant for winning, man.
All you guys, if you were thinking about going to a Super Bowl, go ahead and start saving your money now. Start looking for those Arizona tickets, because we're going to be in Arizona this year.
You think so?
We're bringing it home this year.
You think so?
And you can clip this. You can write it down. You do whatever you want. And I'm going to keep.
If you don't win a Super Bowl, I'm coming back to this video, man.
I'll be 100% with you with our Eagles team every year. Last year I was 100% with you. This year is 100% with you. Every year moving forward, I'm going to be 100% with you. Let's enjoy the ride together, guys. You know, fly, Eagles, fly, like I always say. I'm BG. This is a Birds on the Line. Make sure you guys tap in next time as well. We out.
Peace.